Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it started. This may
Okay, now let's go check.
Test. There's no link for it. God damn. Why did they have to make? Oh wait, there it is. There's the link. All the way back here, saying it's been streaming for a long time. All right. Why did they have to make? Oh wait, there it is. There's the link. All the way back here. Okay, let me mute this. And now it's lagging. Video, and there we go. Let's see. So the Dark Ages begin. And then let me just type this into this. If anyone wants to come while I make what's this? It's so sad seeing so many people fall for the flex. Can I get a flex? Yeah, he really doesn't understand what the flex is even about inside the show. Or not, yeah, inside the video. Alright. Does it not show it in the Discord? It shows it, but it doesn't show the thumbnail. Fuck it, I'll just show the thumbnail right there. Alright, welcome. And today I'm just going to go through and I've watched most of these, and instead I want to go point by point. Let me close these. And while I make this, just because holy shit.
What do I hate you? This punk bitch, motherfucker Nux Taku. Oh my god, I'm actually like fucking baffled at this whole situation. Because like, look, here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, it's like Funimation can do whatever the fuck they want, right? If they want to drop the fucking show because they think it doesn't meet their standards. By the way, Nux Taku, you fucking idiot. I don't know if you know this, but standards doesn't just mean moral standards. There are multiple kinds of standards. Like I have a standard for quality, so I can't watch your terrible videos, right? Oh my god, wow. So when they say it doesn't meet their standards, maybe just maybe they mean it's a little too raunchy for them to want to have on their.
Okay, so let me make a section for what? The what? A section for Vindy. Inherently, what's it called? Damn, Heroes got wide. Oh man. Okay, so inherently morals are, or what's it called? Sexual morals are usually based off of let me say these things that they say, oh, standards for the sexuality, that doesn't mean that it's not still a moral decision. Like their standards are based on the morals. This doesn't mean it's not a fucking moral thing. But hold on. Just because it's a stand doesn't mean it isn't a moral standard. Even sure. Alright, so there's a lot of things I think I needed to. Yeah, it's a lot of things that are legitimate misinformation in these videos.
Site and to spend the time dubbing and the money when they don't want to be associated with something as raunchy as Ishizoku reviewers. So your whole point in your most recent video about the fucking standards, Imasai has, the whole thing starts with a joke about, the guy's writing about his little sister, but it's a guy with his little sister, so that means that they, no matter what, Funimation morally agrees with that. Or is there that means Funimation says you should fuck boats? No, like you're an idiot and you don't know what you're talking about. It's
Oh, really? Let's see. Nux Taku talking about, does Funimation morally agree with them doing that? Now, hold on, let me look. I remember a very specific line in one of these.
Fact! On my latest video talking about Funimation, how Funimation copied my videos, I uploaded it.
Let me just mute these ads. Let me finish these ads. Do.
To review it. They reviewed it, they monetized it. I uploaded it as a monetized video. It doesn't even give me the option of requesting a review again. Whatever, because the sky's the limit when it comes to Lord Duxanor. And definitely subscribe for the future lovely antics on the channel, because right now we're in the baby steps phase to take over a lot of them. But one day, I have links in the description, my Twitter, and my Patreon, and my subreddit, my Twitch, all that stuff. Feel free to follow me on. Remember, baby, option of request.
Where is it?
We gotta feel you on your site. Fam, I want this anime that falls outside the standard. Of the no balls corporate world of interest have linked into your anger out. So let's not, take out our wrath on them on any level past me. Your anger out. So feel free to follow me on. Remember, baby, option of request.
Where is it?
We got memeing, because the memeing level is in fact the deepest level of them all. If you do want to get your anger out, well, I've started a little movement on a previous video that is at the time of recording this demonetized, so I'm waiting for you to review it so I can upload it, where I've linked into the description the anime interspecies reviewers on my anime list, and I need you, all of you that are still watching this video, to click that link in the description and give interspecies reviewers a 10 out of 10 on my flex. Well then, you can always make another account. It's the honesty, justice, and schmexiness is to get a human board. Not saying it'll be food but it'll come damn close. Let the revolution begin, and let us appreciate all the time all of you have taken to watch this video, and I will reiterate, please don't harass Funimation. I figure this was just a very important life lesson in the art of the flex and in the no balls. Say it like it is, and all is good. But you just dug yourself quite the pit. You helped the anime industry tremendously. But no balls. Say it like you're going on in borderline criminal activities and having them fight each other to the death. They have Fire Force. Have you seen anything extreme? So it is not actually genta. And B, it's all consensual. There's no actual murder. Only one illegal thing that happens in interspecies reviewing. I'm curious, what are the standards of Funimation? I mean, they have incest shows, no problem. Latin would morally disagree. Oh, it falls outside of Funimation standards. Funimation, with all due respect, and I do have a lot of respect for you, helped the anime industry tremendously. But no balls. Say it like it is. You gotta be honest. If I don't mess up, I'm not gonna apologize just for clout. Funimation, I'm too powerful. They said so for you. Thousands, in fact, of anime. And this is the one they take off because, oh, it falls outside of Funimation standards. Funimation, with all due respect, and I do have a lot of respect for you, helped the anime industry tremendously. But no balls. Say it like it is. You gotta be honest. That is one of my #1 most important takeaways from anything that has to do with social media. As a YouTuber, I become too powerful. They set their eyes on this show as a big fat no-no, and you couldn't take the heat. I 100% absolutely don't blame you for that at all. If that is in fact the reason, then all the power to you. Say that you're taking interspecies reviewers off your Funimation licensing board because no balls. Say it like it is, and all is good. But you just dug yourself quite the pit by, defining your standards as any anime you've ever licensed. And yes, I'm gonna mean that to the ground. No, this is not the single most informative video I've ever made. No, I didn't even make this video because I'm salty. I mean, you're essentially just saying, okay, you can't watch it legally, now you have to pirate it, which is, not gonna change anyone's lives. Most of us probably pirate it anyway because the pirated version is uncensored. But I very much appreciate all the time all of you have taken to watch this video, and I will reiterate, please don't harass Funimation. I figure this was just a very important life lesson in the art of the flex and in the art of honesty, because honesty is truly your greatest weapon. If you're straight up about what you're feeling, not only will you feel better about yourself from a community standpoint and even from a mental health standpoint. I have been depressed in the past, and one of the biggest issues I had was I always had to be someone else in front of different people. I couldn't be myself. I wanted to be what I thought they wanted to see, and that only sunk me deeper and deeper into the hole. Eventually, I came to the realization, the wonderful, glorious realization and philosophy of screw them, be honest with yourself, and low-key, that's a trait that people respect more than any facade you could put up for them to adore and respect. The same thing with YouTube or anything on social media. When I see anyone that's not genuine, no matter what else they say and do, I harbor a distaste for any standing that they may have. And when someone is genuine, I have so much more appreciation for them, even if their content isn't necessarily that great, just by the fact that they're quote-unquote taking themselves vulnerable by being honest. Honesty is underrated, and sanity is overrated. Once again, I implore you, do not send any hate to Funimation, because that's really not what this video is about. This video is just memeing the ever-living crap out of it and blowing it out of proportion. Falling outside their standards doesn't necessarily mean that every other anime
right here. This is where Nux Taku shows that he doesn't actually believe anything that is said. He starts it off by saying it's pretty much a joke, but he wants to mean the ever-living shit out of it. So almost everything he says in here isn't serious in the sense of that, and he also goes into why it's not.
Falls into their
right here.
Standards in every aspect of that show, and I don't think it should need out of proportion. Falling outside their standards doesn't necessarily mean that every other anime they ever had falls into their standards in every aspect of that show, and I don't think it should need to, which is what made the excuse for interspecies reviewers so bogus. My third favorite anime character of all time is Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. Okay, that doesn't mean that his life philosophy as a murderer, a terrorist, and a borderline pedophile falls within my standards. He's just a fantastically written character. So,
like here, when Vindy's making this weird ass point about that, like Nux literally clarified this inside the video that yes, all these things that he's joking about, not only does he not believe, he also starts it off by constantly talking about stuff that he's going to get into it as a meme, but not really going to take seriously. But we would look at it as if, oh, what if we are judging it that way? He also shows that no, this is not how it works, and he goes into the reasons why he doesn't think it works. So literally, the point he's making is not only irrelevant, but constantly taking Nux out of context and pretty much trying to make him seem like he sees stuff that he doesn't. That he what's it called? Not sees. It makes him seem like he is promoting something Nux doesn't actually promote. It's highly not even true. Where is that inside the video? 16, 17. Around 16, 17.
It's very fucking clear. All right, that's the first thing. Okay, second of all, when you're like, oh, we're gonna flex on Funimation. Oh, we're gonna flex how big the Nux Taku fucking subscriber base is by, uploading, giving it 10 this anime. Shit, you women. First of all, why the fuck do you talk like that? Like, you talk like you're trying to be like PewDiePie and the fucking guy who talks like Battle Block Theater. But the problem is, what you're trying to do that is like, okay, PewDiePie, when he says shit like that, it's endearing because he's an ESL. It was also in 2012, and all of his fans were fucking middle school girls who went to shop at Hot Topic. Okay, you're making videos for sad fucking 12-year-old boys watching fucking shitty videos on anime. You're not an ESL. It's not endearing when you don't speak English correct. It just makes you sound like a fucking idiot.
What? You know what? Whatever. You can think he just sounds like an idiot. Whatever. Do whatever.
All right, but oh, we're gonna flex on Funimation and flex on everyone by giving the show a 10 on now. No. All you're doing is fucking up the MAL scores even more than they already are. Right?
Okay.
MAL's already a joke of a website. It's already fucked up. So you're just showing that, like, oh yeah, MAL's a joke. Okay, if you wanted to flex on MAL, perfect play, genius. If your video was like MAL sucks and we're gonna prove that MAL sucks by getting each of the reviewers a 10 and getting it to the top, great. I actually say, you know what? I understand your play. I understand what you're going for. Keep it up, dog. But that's not what you're fucking doing, because like somehow you're gonna flex on Funimation by getting something a 10 on MAL when MAL and Funimation are different websites, and Funimation really doesn't need to give a shit about MAL, because like here's the thing, right? Even say
the flex on Funimation, it wasn't the freaking MAL thing. In fact, the flexing on Funimation, let me look at what it was. It was a completely different context.
Happen in anime. It's a great idea because some of the reasons why we all like anime as much as we do, that is if we do, and you're just not watching this because you're a masochist. Even
See if someone actually pinged me. Someone wanted on. Someone pinged me. They might want on. Yo.
Are you doing the things? Yeah, I just saw Watt's tweet, and I'm like, look at that cope. Look at that cope. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to duck out in a sec to go and get some fucking shit out the oven.
Yeah,
I'm watching Spook. I'm watching Spook stream, not for Spook, but for Dimitri, and yeah, this is pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
They're ripping Nux in, you arsehole. It's pretty funny.
Ripping Nux?
Yeah, Nux is getting his ass ripped. They're kicking his ass.
Going
Dimitri's fucking ruining him. It's great.
They're ruining Nux or what?
Oh no, not Nux. Fuck.
Yeah, you were saying
what?
Nux.
Damn it! I'm an idiot.
Like,
I apologize.
I was
that was
so
my
confused.
bad. I'm a fucking retard.
There's so many things.
That's
but yeah, I have the stream on the other thing. I'm going through their arguments one at a time and writing them on the list, and then I'm going to show why it's not valid. But yeah.
Well, they're talking about right now the whole like manga, the manga being fucking less graphic than the anime, which is like this is the thing, right? This part of Watt's video is somewhat true, right? The issue is that he's also being somewhat disingenuous, because in the Cartoon Cyphers video, like the actual really good point, like I mentioned before, was the point about the app stores. That was a really excellent point, but Watt doesn't show that point. He doesn't use that as like, oh well, it's clearly not like this. It could actually be this, but he doesn't. and then the other thing is that we don't know what the actual real reason is because Funimation hasn't told us, so we can only speculate.
I think it's not even about the sexualness, but
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, we're not going to be able to know because we'll probably never know, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, what was the point that I'm arguing against?
Flex on MAL, perfect play, genius. If your video.
Oh yeah, the flexing on Funimation because of MAL.
Would be kind of
it was a completely different thing.
weird, but I do relate sometimes. Anime's really weird sometimes. You know, all the random cliches, that dude walking around all of a sudden, coming out of literally nowhere is like a massive harem of
I don't remember which video it was where he starts talking.
Made it as an
about the
anime
flex.
YouTuber when there's an anime about your YouTube channel. Women and gentle women, I am proud to present to you on this wonderful, completely false reputation, obviously, because I've never made reviewing things that no man. And at long last, anime has followed suit. Allow me to introduce you to an anime series that just started airing this very season. Interspecies review. As good as it sounds. I know a lot of people
Dimitri's just like that.
By the way, we're on stream.
Oh yeah, hi stream. What Dimitri's just like that's why what doesn't like this, it doesn't have any lesbian shit. See, that's why I'm watching this. I'm watching it for the
greatest thing anime has done in a long time. But before doing that, I would like to tell you all that this video will contain one of our biggest flexes yet. I know that there's something you like that I do, and it's called flexing. Wow, I'm very intuitive for picking that one up, aren't I? We've developed one of the most powerful fandoms on the face of YouTube. Yes, that was exactly what I'm talking about. I'm flexed on the entirety of the internet several times already, and now I present to you the opportunity in the description of this video. I have the My Anime List page for interspecies reviewers. A lot of internet crybabies have been downvoting the heck out of that show because, well, it's about adventures that go to different brothels, have different species of anime fetish women like succubi, elves, fairies, all the other great things, and I will tell you more about why this anime is so fantastic in a moment. But I wanted to take your time now to tell you that after schmexifying all those
I'm
different
also
species,
rewatching Watt's video by proxy, so it's helping me kind of think about it more as well.
them based on schmexability, and it is the greatest thing ever. And needless to say, the greater social justice circles that surround us are not exactly the biggest fan of this sort of thing, and well, they would rather it be destroyed. No, because they have been trying so hard to annihilate it, to the point that Funimation even had to drop this show. They had it, they were dubbing it, and they dropped it because it falls outside of their standards, whatever the hell that means. And I very, very eagerly make another video on Funimation, because as you know, we have a little bit of beef going on right now. Because if they drop interspecies reviewers because it falls out of their standards, then that means everything else on
I love that. Please watch his video to educate yourself.
In future videos, so definitely subscribe, that's gonna be fun.
That's such a shit argument. I hate that argument. It's like, oh, just educate yourself. I'm not going to educate. Like, I'm making a video that's supposed to be telling you about this, but I'm not going to actually educate you. I'm going to tell you to go somewhere else to educate yourself.
And of course, I will update you. I need you all to go into the description, click the link to interspecies reviewers on My Anime List. Sign in if you have an account, and sign up if you don't. It's literally no work. You just have to put in an email, and you're in. And give interspecies reviewers a 10 out of 10. Bam! If we can mobilize 100,000 of you to this noble cause, interspecies reviewers will literally be in like the top 10 most high-rated anime of all time. Bam! This is our time to shine. Let us flex on the internet.
Yeah, here it is. Like, he was not saying flex on Funimation until... Let me look. There is a certain part he started actually saying flex on Funimation. And yeah, Funimation just ended a career. But that was for a completely different reason.
I don't have time to re-explain everything. Like, subscribe, and watch all my stuff. Hell yeah, that's incentive for you. Become part of the most powerful nation on YouTube. Because as we know, there's an anime that's begun airing this season, winter 2020, and it's an it's amazing. It's the greatest, most novel experience you will ever have watching any form of media ever. Instead of your generic trapped in another world and fight demons and stuff, this time adventure in a world on the ultimate selfless journey to have schmecks with every single different species of demi-human. There are those other species pretty much like that. This anime is really close, literally reviewing women. I mean, that sounds pretty bad if it wasn't a cartoon. And Funimation has once again raised its torch up against Lord Nux. Funimation grabbed interspecies reviewers before it came out and even started working on a dirts for the better. I would argue interspecies reviewers is the #1. Those people are just like the people that tried to cancel interspecies reviewers. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm not doing it on purpose. It just happens this way. Because Funimation went too far, and they canceled interspecies reviewers. They dropped the dub, they dropped the license. And if there's one thing I have to tell you about myself and canceling things, like oil and water, they don't mix. But the difference is, your boy's the oil, and I come out on top. So today, I'm gonna flex so hard on Funimation. We're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you look at this, the part that he's saying flex on Funimation has nothing to do with the MAL scores. The MAL scores was flex on everyone from the internet, and the flex on Funimation is by taking their moral standards and showing how it doesn't actually make sense and stuff like that. But at the same time, he goes and at the very end explains why this logic doesn't work. Like, it is very... man, okay. Taku flexing on Funimation. Nux Taku never said the MAL scoring at 10 was a flex on Funimation. MAL score was
there we go.
Flex on people that hated the show.
Alright, now to
I'll give the Funimation was
I'll give the stream some ASMR. Hang on, just
Ooh, that was nice.
There you go.
The flex on
Nice.
Funimation was something. Was talking about their standards and how it was warped, but at the same time, Nux Taku makes it very clear this isn't an accurate way to judge them. As before it started, he makes it very clear that none of that was serious, and at the very end, he shows why the arguments don't hold water and actually debunks the arguments. He tries. Just wanted to have a bit of fun with this idea. Alright, so when they're talking about Nux Taku flexing on Funimation, I pretty much wrote Nux Taku never said the MAL score was setting the MAL score to 10 was a flex on Funimation. He actually never said that. The MAL score was to flex on the people that hated the show and stuff like that. That's what he specifically said on let's get MAL to 10 to flex on the internet people.
So he's flexing on What the What because What the What apparently hates the show.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot more fucking sense than. Which makes a lot more sense than, oh, I'm gonna get the useless MAL score up to fucking whatever. Yeah. To own the big multi-corporation that doesn't even give a shit.
And the flex on Funimation was when Nux finally did say let's flex on Funimation, it was specifically in the context of what's it called? They're talking about how warped their standards are and everything like that. But even then, he shows that that's not what they were referring to, or that's not a good argument. Anyways, he just wanted to have fun with the idea.
I realized this when starting to watch Spooky Stream and rewatching this video. Right, it was that this entire What the What video is basically that one Sonic image of no fun allowed. Right, it's basically that. It's What the What is just like putting the fucking. You know what? Do you want me to make that for you? Because I can make that I can make that meme for you if you want. If you give me like, if I just clip like a image of What the What's avatar and put it onto that little Sonic thing with no fun allowed.
I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You can do it if you want, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because I'm still doing this. All right.
Plausible deniability. I understand. Unknown. Don't worry.
Video was like MAL sucks, and we're gonna prove the MAL sucks by getting Ishizoku reviewers a 10 and getting it to the top. Great. I actually said, you know what? I understand your play.
The MAL sucks. That's not the joke. That wasn't the joke. That was never the joke.
Understand what you're going for? Keep it up, dog.
He's gonna say, but that's not the joke. I know.
But that's not what you're fucking doing.
Yep. Yeah. That's not what he's doing, because that wasn't his intentions. His intentions was completely different. Because
like somehow you're gonna flex on Funimation by giving something a 10 on MAL when MAL.
No, he didn't flex on Funimation. Let's see if there's enough.
Funimation different websites, and Funimation really doesn't need to give a shit about MAL because like here's the thing, right? Even say Ishizoku reviewers stays like the number 4 or whatever the fuck anime it is right now on MAL, right? Sure, if it stays under like 100,000 fucking people, they don't lose anything by dropping.
Where is my
right?
no fun allowed fucking
What?
Well, I'm looking for my main.
I think it's kind of stupid to say they don't lose anything by dropping it.
Well, they do, don't they? Because I mean, they're not making money off it.
Yeah.
They spent money on the license, and then they spent money to dub and sub 3 or 4 episodes, right? And then now they're not. Like, I don't. They do lose a lot, actually.
Yeah, and not only that, there's a lot of people that will go and pirate it, and so even if they release a streamable version later, they've already watched it. And not just that, because this could piss people off to the point that they would want to maybe cancel their Funimation subscription. To say, like, this doesn't affect them is
asinine.
Is actually just wrong. Just actually wrong. But whatever. It's just a minor point. I don't give a shit.
Like, say it gets like 300,000 members on MAL Max, right? Okay, look at Rigatsu. Okay,
I'm using
fucking have the
my
Blu-rays like
powers
you
for
can't
good,
believe it, you
you'll
know.
be
But
proud of me.
South Park, it's step one. It doesn't even make sense. The idea that, like,
Oh, you know what?
okay,
Actually,
you know,
me skipping around might think I'm strawmanning him. I'll let him actually
people,
talk.
they don't lose anything by dropping it, right? Like, say it gets like 300,000 members on MAL Max, right? Okay, look at Rigatsu. Okay, Rigatsu has like 160,000 members on MAL, and it's like number 9 for fucking Sangatsu no Line season 2. Okay, Aniplex fucking have the Blu-rays like you can't even buy those. So there's no point because what matters isn't the placing on MAL; it's how many people watch the show and how much money you'll get from it. Now maybe you don't understand that. I believe it, you know, but that's so. First of all, it doesn't even make sense.
Kind of a low quality-ish job because I'm doing it one-handed, and I'm not really caring that much about it.
Other.
Oh, totally. I'm watching interspecies reviews with the other hand, you know.
Yeah.
As you do.
With your interspecies review on a whole.
Yeah.
I
actually own the Monster Girl Encyclopedia. It's a good book. I highly recommend it. I have to read through the whole thing. I haven't done it yet. Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah, I read I could, whatever. Oh man.
The idea that, like, you know, oh, we're gonna give it a 10, and then it's like, you know, the gnome shit from fucking South Park. It's like step 1, give Ishizoku reviewers a 10 on MAL. Step 2, question mark, because you're not smart enough to think of a step 2.
Right,
Step 3, flex on Funimation. Like, where's the correlation between the two?
I'm just like, I have it like really quiet, just vaguely listening every now and then.
Yeah, and he's going on about where's that step 2 for step 1. Get 10 out of 10 for that one thing. Step 2, blank blank blank, and step 3, flex on Funimation. He's like, where's that number 2? You're not smart enough to think of number 2. And I'm just laughing because it is.
What's not? Why does there need to be a why does like
no not
again,
not even that it's a number 2, but those were completely different goals and completely different videos about completely different things. Like he's trying to connect these things that weren't connected.
I don't understand how it also just can't be a meme. Like I don't understand why it has to be this like massive. Oh, we're gonna. He's trying to flex on Funimation. Oh man, he's oh no. Oh, it's such a big deal. Oh no. So I don't get why it's like it can't just be a funny little meme. Like most of the shit that Nux does, which is just funny little memes, right? like I don't understand why it has to be this fucking giant fucking deal.
Other than it's the same like, you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're so stupid.
Okay,
and, like,
it's probably going to be a bit shit. But
I think what Nux was doing was so obvious. The fact that you can't understand what it is actually kind of sad, or just blind hate.
Yeah, I agree. It's like
this is
weird.
Actually, very weird to see this breakdown. Yeah.
You don't care because you have like a million subs, a fucking 12-year-old, so it doesn't matter.
This
Because there's
looks
always
like
more.
such shit.
Well,
this
what?
meme that I'm making looks so bad.
You're so stupid. And like,
it's hard because
I'm trying to.
I needed a better image of Watt's face, but I don't have one. So
like, I think you don't care because you have like a million subs, a fucking 12-year-old, so it doesn't matter because there's always more 12-year-olds. You get to watch your content. But for other people who actually want to give Anitube a good name and do something, you know, help people see anime with their content or help people, you know, be able to explain why they like their favorite shows or whatever. You're just giving Anitube a bad name, right? Like,
okay.
As
giving Anitube some of
Spooky's like, no, I don't want to watch his fucking rant. He's retarded.
Some of the worst ways to give Anitubers a bad name is by making drama videos completely misrepresenting the person's position and completely straw-manning them and making an ill-informed misinformation. Full of misinformation.
Here it is. I found it.
Is something all are complaining about. It takes this video forces Nux into a position that he doesn't hold, and then you go after that position. as if you just slayed some beast. Yeah.
There are already so many people in the anime community that think the Anitube is a joke, right? You have people like Giga saying they love live killed mecha. Anything that Mother's
There you
basically said
go.
his entire time on YouTube. And now
What do you think of my artistic talents?
Let me look.
Graphics design is my passion. Graphics design is my passion.
Yeah.
Uh,
Graphic design's clearly your passion.
oh yeah. My one-handed fucking
now anyone who goes to MAL looks
and paint.net.
Yeah.
these Ishizoku reviewers at like number 4, right? And it's like, oh my god, why is the show so high? Because people when they're fucking new and getting into anime will go to MAL and go to the top anime and start watching that shit, right? I know I did. I know a bunch of other people who did because you want to see what like the best stuff is or the most liked stuff is. So you see this, and people will ask, why is Ishizoku reviewers rated so high? It's like, oh, some fucking dumb fuck Anitube where has like 3 brain
I'm
cells.
gonna post that in the Discord as well, because why not?
To get everyone to rate it 10. Like, oh, okay, so Anitube's just a fucking joke. And like, I get you don't understand.
If it where he's talking about because some dumb fuck Anituber decided to get it all the way to number 4, and because Anitube is such a joke, and I think that more says that for one, Nux Taku is a comedic channel. One doesn't represent the entirety of the
Community,
but
yeah.
Secondly, it means more that MAL is a joke. Because anything can go on YouTube. But, whatever.
And that because your brain's too small to understand that idea. But and now anyone who goes to MAL looks and sees Ishizoku reviewers at like number 4, right? And it's like, oh my god, why is the show so high? Because people when they're
Okay. MAL 4.
Let's see what the chat's saying.
Has
Someone in the chat is saying I unsubscribed from WtW, haven't watched his videos for a year.
people really need to quit taking anime so seriously. No, I don't necessarily agree with that. You can take anime seriously if you want. Just be accurate. Like this motherfucker.
Just don't be stupid. Like I actually agree with that. Actually, yeah.
YouTuber. So his channel being a joke-ish YouTube channel that sometimes makes actual videos isn't bad. I mean, like, in this inherent position is kind of strange to me because like this inherent position that this just makes Anitube look like a joke. Okay, the reason why I don't want to agree with this is also the fact of he's gathering a lot of people and coming together and we're all having fun like together. And it's like, are you saying like having fun together and what's it called, joking around and comedic videos don't belong on Anitube? Is it only supposed to be analytical digest videos?
Yeah, that's like, why I made the
extremely limiting.
That's why I think the no fun allowed meme works so well with this, because that's basically what he's saying. He's saying no, don't have fun, don't come together and do this, admittedly somewhat useless gesture, but is still kind of funny, right? No, can't do that.
Together, right
also, Spooky paused on this guy's face, and it's just like,
oh yeah,
God, god, that's the most punchable
Shades.
face. Holy shit! Like that smug grin he's got on his face. Like
I like
fucking,
Shades. He's nice.
fucking Christ.
I
But it's
do
just
think he's a bit
that was a bad. That was
misguided.
just a bad pause, right? That's just a
Yeah.
bad pause because it's like it makes him look like a smug ass. Holy shit!
Fucking new at getting into anime, we'll go to MAL and go to the top anime and start watching that shit, right? I know I did. I know a bunch of other people who did because you want to see what like the best stuff is or the most liked stuff is. So you see this, and people will ask, why is Ishizoku reviews rated so high? It's like, oh, some fucking dumb fuck Anitube who has like 3 brain cells decided to, get everyone to rate it 10. Like, oh, okay, so Anitube's just a fucking joke.
Okay, so yeah, that doesn't make now. I also disagree with. It makes it seem.
Apparently, there was a MAL admin that made a post about the brigade. I don't know anything about that. I haven't seen anything.
Oh wait. Like, holy shit. Some people need to get out of their fucking bubble. It's literally why I what's it called? Put Stuffy and Plot and them around me. I don't think I've ever found someone that disagrees with me more and still contains a logical reason than them two.
Yeah.
Ugh. I usually see a whole bunch of other insights for it.
And like, I get you don't understand that because your brain's too small to understand that idea. But maybe for once in your life, actually try to think with like any kind of brain. You're hyping your satire. Oh, it's just a joke. It's just.
What, you're hearing it?
Yeah, I'm listening to Dimitri made a really good point, which was this video comes off as my 2 friends agree with me, so I'm right.
Satire. No, motherfucker, it's not. It's not satire when it's the 4th rated show on MAL. Like, that's not how it works.
What? It's not? Okay, hold on. I don't even know how to go about this because it's so dumb. It's not satire because it's now the 4th rated show on MAL. This is an inherent line of makes no goddamn sense. Makes no goddamn sense. How the hell does the MAL rating of anything, whether it is mean anything, why does the 4th position matter that much?
Oh my god.
How did you come to the conclusion of the arbitrary reasoning that
God,
because
Spookies.
it's the 4th position, it can't be satire?
Spooky's pause game is on point. Look at this frame. Just
yeah. Okay, so why does the 4th position? If it was position 5, would that make it satire? Like, if
Yeah.
it's the 5th position, would that make it satire? The 6th position? Like, what position would make it satire again?
What is the threshold
What is
at which something becomes less satires?
What position does it take for it to stay satire? And how did you come to this conclusion? Like, none of that makes any sense. Oh, Mal's admin posted a review is big sadness. Okay. It was something really stupid. I hope they find the time to do something more important. Yeah. Oh man. Like, Oh man, some of these.
So you're telling me that the MAL admin's response was not, oh, you know, maybe we should like fix our system so this doesn't happen. It was just, oh, you know, I hope they just stop.
I mean, to be fair, I'd do the same out of sheer laziness.
No, not
Like you're
wrong.
calling them pussies. They don't want porn on their fucking website. They don't want to pay to dub porn or the rated show on MAL. Like that's not how it works. Like you're calling them pussies. They don't want porn on their fucking website. They don't want to pay to dub porn. That's not what they want to do.
Yeah, they don't want to pay to dub porn. They will just dub it for free. Dinde, you know, justice
Also,
for Dinde.
yeah, totally. And also, it's like,
We still don't know that's the reason.
yeah, that's the thing. We don't know if that's the reason, and also, even if it was the reason, that doesn't make it good. You know, like I want to see hentai
Then
actually
fucking,
get quality.
here's the thing.
You know,
If they don't want it, then sell it to a fucking different licensor. Because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
holding on to the license. That's the problem.
mm.
That's one of the few problems. Alright.
It's one of the many problems.
Yeah. And it's like, they don't want to dub porn on their website. Okay. Whether or not it is porn is irrelevant to the point at hand. There was many problems with that. And Nux didn't even bring
Up any of them.
any of them because like that's not what his video is about. I do know Nux did call them pussies, but that wasn't for the fact like that wasn't even for the fact that they dropped it. It was for the fact that they dropped it and couldn't even say why.
Yeah. Yeah, I've said this multiple times, but it's the statement. The statement's the biggest like crux of the issue. If they had put out a decent PR statement, I don't think it would have blown up at all.
If you listen to it again, what he called them pussies, not because they dropped it, but because they dropped it and didn't want to say why and tried to sweep it under the rug by not announcing it or giving an actual reason that isn't vague. If they came out with that reason of the App Store, like Cartoon Cypher said, then I can almost guarantee that most people wouldn't be angry at Funimation at the moment, mostly to the App Store.
It would have been a fucking good play if they had diverted to the app stores. Hell, even if that was a lie, like even if it was a lie that they were doing it because of the app stores, even if it was a lie, it still would have been a good play. Like it would have been a really good play to shift the blame, right?
Not just that, we also still do not know the exact reasoning, as it just says it falls out of their standards. But even with that, and all, but even, although worst part is now that they have the license, they are just sitting on the license and not just selling it to someone else to do it, and not selling it to someone else to do. Like, here's the thing Like a lot of these arguments make no sense.
Hmm. Also, do we have the exact
I just need
reasons
to-
it was taken down from MX?
Okay, so I don't. I've never seen an exact reason, but I have seen like a lot of reasonable takes on why they did it, just like
Yeah,
Nux
I
did.
was hearing
I
a
don't-
take that it was due to the time slot,
Yes, I heard that as well. From
but
what
I
it
don't
was,
know. I was wondering
okay.
if that was confirmed or not. That's
I
basically my
haven't
question.
I haven't found a confirmation on that, mostly because I haven't searched for it. This is what the take was. Because due to the time slot in that everyone was watching the stream, the uncensored ones, and that it was getting bad ratings on that because it was a highly censored version. So because
Right.
everyone was already watching it, on
Yeah,
streams,
because that's what I thought. Because I know that MX is not. Because I know ATX is the adult channel, right?
Yeah.
And it's still running on that, to my knowledge, right? I had a feeling that it was the censored version that got cut from
Yes.
MX. So that's kind of something I was assuming.
Yeah, what's it called? The uncensored version is the one that got cut, if I remember right. And what happened with that is that they said there's no point in airing the censored version because everyone's watching the uncensored version. So they're filling.
I mean,
the
they're not wrong. They're not
Yeah.
wrong.
So they're filling that time slot with a different show. Like
Yeah,
this
see,
is
that
a
makes sense.
completely different
Different issue, yeah.
issue.
It's completely different, and I think because I'm looking at it up now, the official statement from Twitter just seems to be circumstances regarding Tokyo Metropolitan Television. Like it doesn't particularly state like a reason, but at the same time, it's like there's no room to there's less room to kind of make these assumptions, and there are more logical assumptions to make.
Yeah.
With Funimation, there are so many holes. They like, oh, could it be because they're SJWs? Oh, could it be because this? Could it be because that? Oh, could it be an exec being triggered? Oh, like there's all these different like semi-valid kind of paths you could go in it. You know what I mean?
I honestly don't even think it's most of that. I think it's actually specifically the trans defense thing.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, there's so many, and that's why their statement is so bad because it's so vague. If they had just put out an actual statement and said, "Hey, it's because of this, right?
Yeah.
This was the line. This was the line that was crossed. We can't, right?"
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I think there would have still been like some outrage, and mockery, but I don't think it would have gone as big as it has. I think it's because they tried.
To hide
Yeah, they tried to hide it, and they tried
it's
to.
like this.
Yeah.
If they said that was the reason, then one group would have been mad. But because they didn't say the reason, that group's mad because they think it's that. Another group is mad because they think it's this, and another group is mad because they think that. This is literally the worst way to go about it because you just pissed off way more groups than instead of just one. But Nux wasn't even bringing any of this to the table or any of that because this was not even the purpose of his videos.
Because Nux's video is to be a fucking fun time, mocky video. It's not a fucking analytical breakdown of the fucking situation.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I got more to talk about, so we don't need to stop. God damn, I'm gonna fucking just upload this to my channel if you cut shit out, or you can just upload the full thing. Actually, I'll give a fuck. I'm gonna shit to you. Oh my god, give me a second. I had one more point I wanted to make. I get angry again.
Angry. Yeah, angry.
Oh. And people like to defend it, being like, oh, Ishizoku Reviewer is actually pretty funny. It's actually, no, that's not the point. The point of the matter isn't whether or not Ishizoku Reviewer is good. That doesn't matter. What matters is that people see it. I don't care how much you like the fucking gross cow tits on the cow lady, or oh, me like tiny little elephant who fly because me want to fuck child. Like, no. Okay, say it's enjoyable. Say maybe it isn't 8 out of 10. I haven't seen the show because I have fucking I have standards just like Funimation. But say you see the show and you're like, okay, 8 out of 10. That doesn't mean it deserves to be fucking rated number 4 of all time on MAL. And I'm not gonna say everything in MAL top 10 is fucking good, but they're well liked enough by enough people that they deserve to be on there.
So this is just him inflating the MAL scores to mean a lot more than what it actually means. Like me, I mostly was shit posting about the MAL scores.
Same. I thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny. I was like, this is hilarious. Like I didn't think it was like a serious fucking thing. I was just posting it around to people, just being like, hey, look at this funny fucking.
I see
meme.
the MAL scores the same way as I see the Oscars. literally
Mm.
unimportant.
I said something in a chat about the Oscars. It's like, why do people care about a fucking rigged show, which is all a bunch of rich people just doing rich like why do you care about the opinions of these fucking idiots? You know, who cares if something gets an Oscar? It doesn't fucking matter.
It can be standards that is not moral. Like they think the censorship they needed to do is too extensive, so they prefer to stop it. Yeah, I'm not saying that what's it called? That there's no possible way it's not that it's not moral. I'm saying in the sense of what everyone is saying and talking about in the context of it, in the sexualization, that is a moral stance. That's and I'm not saying, and I'm not even saying that it isn't.
Also,
as I say right here,
I don't. Also,
just
side
because
note,
it's a standard doesn't mean that it isn't a moral standard. Although we aren't even sure what the reasoning is. That's what I said on here, and it all depends on what the reasoning is. But more than likely,
but we don't have that reasoning, so we can't fucking tell, can we?
We don't have that reasoning. So if it's just a sexual thing, then it very well could just be a moral stance.
Also, I do not buy for a fucking second about them not wanting to alter the content. I think that's absolute lie. I refuse. Like after all of the it's the track record, right? After all of the controversies they've been in, all of the crazy shit that they've done, right? All of the nonsense about, prison school, Dragon Maid, that girlfriend is a girl, right?
Cable's back.
Yeah, like there's no. I cannot believe that at like a fucking snap of my fingers, Funimation is now anti-censorship, right? Like, no, you don't just fucking go from being like, oh
no,
yeah,
that's
we'll
not what
let
he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's just saying the censorship that they need to do would be too extensive, so they'd prefer to just drop it instead. So he's literally making the person on Twitter is making the point of so if something happens, like just say you had to censor half the show, it would take too long for them to censor half of it.
Right. So I can get I can get that. It's just the way they worded it in the statement doesn't tell me that. The way they worded it in the statement comes off as, oh, we have the utmost respect for our creators, even though you don't actually have any creators. You it's the Japanese that are creating it, not you. We have the utmost respect for our creators, and we don't want to like substantially alter the content. That is a bullshit claim because they have altered the content in the past, right? Like that's the problem.
But they probably don't think it was substantial.
That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. You see what I mean? It's like everything comes back to that fucking PR statement, dude. Like that's the main problem.
Everything comes back to the PR statement.
Izunoku Reviewers isn't that kind of show that is well liked enough by enough people. The only reason it's not there because people actually think it was legitimately entertaining. It's there because you told everyone to give it a 10. And yeah, okay, wow, you showed that you have a bunch of 12-year-olds who will do anything you say because they're too young to have actual functional thought. Good for you, dog. I can't believe it. You know, you're so fucking cool.
In the chat,
fuck off. Like, you're not.
Unknown, would you say that Watt is well on his way to becoming the next Anitube punching bag?
If he keeps up this, possibly. But I think what will actually see reason eventually with some of these takes that he's having.
Good for you, dog.
Can only hope.
You're so fucking cool. But like, fuck off. Like, you didn't do anything. All you did was just make yourself look like an idiot to anyone with an actual brain, like that's developed and has been through puberty. So, not your fan base. Fuck. Subscribe to Vindy. Fucking follow Vindy on Twitch. Fuck Nux Taku.
Fuck Nux Taku. First of all, I want to say, obviously, I don't hate Nux Taku. I don't know the guy. I've seen his 3 videos on this topic. I'm pressing X to doubt. And that on the seeing his videos. I don't care if he finds Nux good or bad or whatever. But I'm pressing X to doubt that he actually seen the 3 videos because almost everything he says goes against what Nux says.
Yeah.
And that's it. But goddamn, this situation is dumb and mainly.
Hey, Stuffy's in the chat. Hey, Stuff, how you doing?
Stuffy, you want in? Let me check if he is here. Stuff.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
So,
But yeah, we're going to do
he,
an actual...
he hasn't joined you. He
Yeah, I
hasn't
know.
joined you.
Yeah, alright.
It's still ringing. He said sure in the chat though, so
Yeah, I know.
here he is.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to do an actual podcast on this later. You there, Stuffy? Actually, let's make sure he can hear us.
He's muted, but he might be.
Yeah, let's wait to see if he can hear us.
Alright.
Alright, good. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to
This
do an
seems
actual...
fucking dumb.
I know. We're going to do an actual podcast on this later and actually go frame by frame, every frame of pause, you know? But first, I just wanted to literally get a script out, and then I'm going to just make a rant. As you see, I'm going point by point, pretty much showing it all.
If we're gonna do like a critical critique style fucking podcast, maybe do that tomorrow, so I'm not fucking tired as shit.
I mean, I thought tomorrow we were just going to talk about Warhammer lore.
Kind of, because tomorrow was supposed to be the podcast while I'm raiding, so that I can talk about shit while I raid.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a date on when I'm going to be covering it on my show yet, so I have to wait for.
And I think for the Twitch stream, the 40k lore is kind of a meme at this point.
All right, so we just went through Vindy's entire thing, and let's see. The morals, it is an iffy statement that he says. Nux Taku talking about does Funimation morally agree with them doing that? Nux Taku shows that not only does he not agree with that he actually shows why this line of reasoning doesn't even work, and he was just making a complete joke out of it. The flexing on Funimation, Nux Taku never said the MAL score out of 10 was the flex on Funimation. He said the MAL score was the flex on the people that hated the show or something like that. I have to watch again to get the exact wording, but it was something like on the internet people.
I mean, it really could work as this is just showing an inherent flaw in the MAL scoring.
Yeah,
which is how I would pitch it.
The thing is you can take it in a few ways, but it's like I highly doubt that it was specifically like just to own Funimation. Like there's several levels here, right?
Yeah,
it's to own the people that don't like the show. It's to own MAL.
You gotta have a pretty high IQ to understand Nux Taku.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it does show an inherent flaw in the system because if I remember correctly, I'll have to go back and check how many people have actually voted on it. But I'm pretty sure it has significantly less votes than... oh yeah, I forgot Penguin the City did that too. But I'm pretty sure it has significantly less votes than Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah. It does.
The jokes aren't funny, the premise is honestly done better in hentai and the schmacks, and the girls are not hot at all.
Premises
like, they're going to have to pull Birds of Prey and purge all the other votes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm watching Spook's stream,
they need to
and they're
purge all these fake one votes.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
Someone's actually watching Spooky's stream?
I'm watching it for Dimitri. I'm watching
it
yeah. I'm not watching it for Spooky, I'm watching it for Dimitri, because Dimitri's funny.
Actually, I don't want to fucking watch 20 minutes of mid-animation.
I mean...
Everyone was calling Spooky. Well, I'm just saying they're at the bit now where not Nux, what is talking about fucking the Hong Kong protests and how all of this shit is.
I did an interview with Nux. He said not only he had no idea that was even a thing before that video.
Yeah.
Wait, he had no idea about the Hong Kong protests before the video?
No. No. He didn't know that there was this mangaka who liked the Hong Kong protest. Thus, their manga got season 3 or whatever got downvoted to hell on MAL by spams of ones. he had no idea that even happened before the video even came out, and thought that it was actually just about the Vinland Saga.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing
because of this.
Sorry, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, because of this, what's making the point that because NuxTaku wants to promote that, but not promote the other thing that's happening, and do the same situation and get that to a 10 as high as possible, then he thinks a show about sex and stuff like that is also a very, very bad show, Nux Taku Bad, is what's it called? Is more important than the rights and freedoms that Hong Kong members have, and they should just not do anything about that.
Yeah.
So a false dichotomy.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
It pretty much is. It's like,
I mean, if you take this logic and screw it up to its most extreme degree, then Anitube wouldn't exist, because you're thinking that is more important than real life politics and what's happening in the world right now.
No, here's the thing. If you use that logic, Anitube wouldn't exist because of how horrifically animators in Japan are treated.
Yeah, there's also that.
Like,
but why don't you care about this though? Why are you not making a meme out of this, Stuffy? Why this random...
First of all, what's going to be funnier? Getting Vinland Saga voted to a 10, or getting this shitty isekai voted to a 10?
It's not.
I love that meme.
I know you did that on purpose. I know you did that on purpose.
This isekai needs to be 10 out of 10.
Fucking Christ. But no, it was about this fucking random thing. Like, here's the thing that I don't understand. Like, it's about this random thing that I had no idea about as well. I didn't know about the show getting downvoted because of Hong Kong or whatever, protests or whatever. It's like, why didn't Watt make a video about it? No, why didn't Watt? If Watt cares, if he finds it so important that he's gonna.
Look, he didn't make a video about it because he had at least 3 other Love Live videos he needed to make.
Oh, I know, right? I know, right?
I don't know if he has made a video. Maybe there's like a line or something mentioned somewhere.
Maybe he like talked about it on Twitter or some shit. It's like, but this is the thing, right? If you're gonna like,
here's the thing. It's why I don't want to take that stance, because I have no idea if he's actually done that.
Well, then I'll take that stance.
I mean,
I don't have the same level of responsibility as you do.
Look, that would require me to watch the Watt's content.
I watch it all the time. It's just I haven't.
I stopped watching it like a year ago.
I stopped watching Love Life ones because I.
Yeah, but that's all he fucking does.
No, he does other stuff. But yeah.
And I haven't I don't even know if I'm able to follow him or not, because I haven't bothered to find out.
But but no, it's like.
Are you saying
like
you blocked you or something?
I just think that he's making. Because the thing is, his whole point is that, Nux has this huge audience, right? Oh, Nux has such a bigger audience than me. He should be using his audience to be responsible and all this other shit. And I'm like, fucker, you got more subs than I do. So why don't you be more fucking responsible then? You fucking, like, why don't you, like, I can do the same thing then by his own logic, right? I can just go to him and say, oh, why don't you care about this thing that I care about? You have a larger audience than me. You should be talking about this instead, So it doesn't fucking end.
Hold on.
I actually like the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's good. I like it too. Nux Man Bad. Yeah. Nux Man Bad. It's great.
I was about to say, is there a watch together link?
No.
No, we're not watching it. We're not. We could do it. We could just do it now.
No, I don't want to do it right now. I want to do an actual watch together later.
This is just us shooting the shit about it. Like, we'll do a proper.
Me while I'm making the script. I'll make a script and then we'll actually do the actual podcast. Like, have everyone ready.
Like, do it tomorrow or something.
I don't know when.
Be ready. Get Joe in on it.
This is to give people a bit of an insight on
the process.
So what's the story behind the way Necro?
Oh, they're talking about the Necro feud. I want to know the story behind the neck, which is like fucking months old fucking drama.
Not only that, like the further we get away from it, the less I know who was the retard in the situation because they were both fucking speds.
Yeah. It's also like it's such an old fucking drama. Like bringing it up is just pointless at this point. Like if Necro's still bringing it up, then that's a problem. He shouldn't be doing that. He should be dropped
especially
by now.
because them were saying so much to tell us to drop it after a few days. It's old drama.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
man.
I just can't be fucked with it.
They shouldn't be bringing it up if all of a sudden that happens, but whatever. If they're saying that. Let's see.
I watched this shit on Pornhub, bro. I could have been jacking off to something else with better writing and animation on there too, but I ended up having to watch this dumb bullshit. Fuck you there. That's my thoughts on it. Goodbye. Okay, so in all seriousness, community, we need to have a talk. This entire thing revolving around Ichizoku reviewers and Funimation, several other dubbing and licensing companies in Tokyo MX dropping it from their lineups, and a certain million sub Anituber raising its mouse score to flex.
Yeah, here's the thing. This one screenshot that everyone's passing around of like it being number one
Revolving around Ichizoku reviewers and Funimation, several other dubbing and licensing companies in Tokyo MX dropping it from their lineups,
is that
and a certain million sub Anituber
no
raising its
one
mouse score.
can confirm this screenshot to be legitimate. But not just that. No one can even confirm that it's even close to that score. I went to the Wayback Machine and looked at every score it had. It went from 9.20, 9.2, no, it went from 9.19, then 9.20 because someone kept archiving it, and then 9.21, and then after that it dropped like 0.5 things.
Wait, how many votes does it have? Total.
Like it's over 100,000.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say like I was expecting like maybe 20,000.
No, it's definitely way higher than that.
But like, recency bias makes it easy to get it higher because it's going to start at like 8.7. That's just the fucking rule of MAL. Is it starts at like 8.
Not this season. There's almost nothing that high this season.
Yeah, but this is a really bad season.
Yeah, it has.
Like, I'm not seeing any of the normal winter stuff you see.
It had to gotten purged. That's what happened because you see how there's 17. It's currently at 17,000 users, but in the screenshot it's at 91, and I have a screenshot of it. Hold on, give me a second. Ends with Nux.
So they're about to Streisand it?
What the hell? Okay, this can't be. This can't be them. Because I just looked at the... Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. That's members, not users. Never mind. User score.
Oh.
Okay, that's just people... What the members I saw was people putting it on, but not rating it. The people that rated it was a completely different score. Okay, never mind. We don't know how many people rated it, so we can't actually confirm if this is true. Because here's the thing. I have this screen right here. I'll copy and post it in Discord for us. This is the closest I ever got to seeing it here, and this is what I found of an archive.
Alright, let's have a look.
Like, I've tried to backtrack as much as I can because I wanted to write this as one of the moments for one of my video series I'm going to make every year that I'm not saying at the moment. Yeah. So it's just not there. Not even close to it. This is the closest one that ever got to it from that was saved. And I feel if it actually did get to this, it would have been saved.
Right. So it's possible there's some fuckery going on.
Yeah, it's very possible that was a fake score.
Yeah.
But the 9.21 is definitely legit. It did happen one time. And I have the archive as well. The archive is actually right here. Copy link. Here, I'll send it to you, Noretsu.
Alright.
to be fair, a lot of people were retweeting the Nux thing.
Yeah.
Because
See,
it
the thing
became
is
funny.
Yeah,
when I initially found out about this, right? When I initially found out about this whole MAL shit, I didn't even know that Nux had started it. Like I just seen people were just like posting screenshots and tweets of the MAL rankings and making fun of it. I didn't even know Nux had started it until like way later.
I
Like,
remember.
maybe
Yeah,
like a few, like at least like 4 hours later than I
Yeah,
found
I know.
out it was
I thought
Nux
it was
is doing.
funny when Nux did his video that it was getting a lot of people to do it, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. I put 10 out of 10 and added Nux, and I said, I'm doing my part. And then immediately after that, the next hour, it shot up by an insane amount of scores after Nux retweeted it and was like, let's get it to 10 and whatnot. And it was one of those things, like, maybe it needed the push of other people saying they're doing it and I'm doing my part for people to actually
get that peer pressure going on. Yeah.
There's always that, you know.
And it's inevitably something funny, even in getting in the top 10.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hilarious.
just
It's
funny.
hilarious.
Like I don't Stuffy, I don't know if you saw the meme that I made for this, right? I made a meme, a bad quality meme. I'll put it in this chat. Because this sums up the entirety of the situation to me, right? This image sums up the
here's
whole thing.
What's it called? Like getting interspecies reviewers above Hunter x Hunter is so funny. The only the only joke that the only God damn it. The only joke
You like my graphics design is my passion.
This has to be a thumbnail. We gotta put that as a thumbnail because
hold on.
I think it wouldn't be funny if it wasn't so shittily done.
Yeah, I could try and clean it up if you want. Like, I couldn't get a really
No,
good image.
no.
No,
It's the obvious bad. Yeah, it's the obvious bad Photoshop that makes that funny.
All right.
Like if you had sat there and traced it with what's full avatar, it wouldn't be funny.
See, I just took like a screen grab from the stream and I just fucking like one-handed it in fucking one-handed it in fucking paint.net because like
I mean, fuck it, the lasso is your friend.
Yeah. No, I didn't even use the lasso. I just fucking magic wanded and then just got the eraser tool and just like fucking scrubbed like that little bit near the hair there. Like I just scrubbed.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so
and you like that's always the best thing is terrible looking memes.
all right, so back to what I was saying, the rest of it. I mean, I do think this is a hilarious fucking joke to get interspecies reviewers above Hunter x Hunter. The only funnier meme to get one above that is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That was a great meme that got above Hunter x Hunter.
It was a great meme, yeah.
Like, and getting above anything is hilarious because at the end of the day, it's the seasonal ecchi.
Yeah.
Why do you have so many Destiny videos in your recommendation? Oh yeah, I was putting Destiny in one of my what's it called? In like there was a video I was scripting and I needed to watch a few Destiny what's it called? Videos.
Debate.
I feel bad for you, I know, and I'm sorry.
To watch, and then now I have nothing but Destiny recommendations.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to you had to watch a Destiny video. Like I'm
Dude,
so
it
sorry.
sounds like
I'm
watching
so
a
sorry.
quartering video.
I watched like 10 full of them.
Oh god, really?
That's like 2
Oh.
to 3 hours each.
That's like what they use in Iraq to torture prisoners of war. Like just fucking strap them down and make them watch Destiny. I can't think of anything more fucking horrific.
To be fair, some of those were so fucking hilarious, I couldn't stop laughing.
What, like the ethical child porn one?
Or the one with Dick Masterson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did watch that
Like,
one.
there's two people I think have effectively debated Destiny. And it's Dick Masterson and Jim. Because they just
oh
went,
yeah,
"Fuck it, I'm
Jim
not
fucking-
debating you.
Yeah, Jim
I'm just
fucking
gonna make fun
wasted
of
him. Yeah, I remember that. Like Jim got on there and just fucking destroyed him. It was fucking hilarious.
Well, it's like when people tell me
man.
what the minimum wage should be, it's like, yeah, if we went by the 70s where, you know, we had half the job market, where we didn't have twice the work output.
Hmm.
All right, so yeah, that's why my thing. Could it be worse? Could it be all into Oh my god, into Windows Studios videos? I refuse to do a fucking video on that fucking shit. Holy
Oh
shit!
boy.
I fucking got brain damage just watching those shits. I tried really hard, and I actually had to give up. I'd rather take the 10 or so hours of Destiny over watching like 30 minutes of Indigo Studios.
Oh
Anyway.
boy.
Or 5 minutes of Vosh.
Oh Vosh. Oh man, I was. What was it? I had tuned into what's his name?
I think Flamenco
Fucking-
has explained who Vosh is to me like 3 or 4 times.
What was his name? It's PSA Switch. His stream,
Stitch.
right?
Yeah.
Stitch. Yeah, sure. I
No,
always
it's
get it wrong.
S-I-T-H.
Stitch. Yeah. Okay. So it was on his show, and he had like Sargon on to debate Vosh, right? So you think about this for a minute. You have Sargon versus
So you
Vosh.
got two Speds and Sitch.
Okay. Vosh is so bad, he made Sargon look fucking godlike. Vosh was so horrific.
Are you trying to say Sargon isn't godlike?
But like that's the
Chuckles
thing,
slightly.
right? Well, that's the thing, right? He fucking like the thing with Vosh was that he fucking just like
Here
went
we
on
go.
the stream and he did nothing but just accuse Sargon of being a fucking racist the whole stream. Like, he's like, oh, you're
Are you
you're a
trying to say
racist.
this isn't godlike?
Nah,
Wait, are you saying
yeah.
that? Are you trying to say that Sargon isn't a fucking racist?
Nah, apparently he's not. He says he's not, so I trust him. But no, but the whole debate strategy was just go on the stream and just hurl fucking bullshit at Sargon,
Look,
and then get
Sargon is
really
so
really
racist,
mad,
vanilla milkshakes are attracted to him.
and then he
Not
got
the
really
chocolate ones, only the vanilla ones.
and then he got really mad and just left.
One
Like
second, I'll be
Vosh
right back.
fucking rage quit. Like he straight up just rage quit.
Yeah, y'all
even
can
though
keep talking. I'll be right back.
yeah, it was so stupid.
It's because so many of these bread tubers, who are former shit posters 9 times out of 10, seem to not understand how shit posters work.
Yeah, it's odd how a lot of them seem to have originated from fucking Pole.
I think I honestly think it's they can't take it when the bants come back at them.
Yeah.
And here's
that
this
makes
group that
sense.
if you're in this in group,
Just for a
they're
second.
gonna bubble wrap you.
Just for a second, just to make this clear, I went and also watched a fuck ton of BreadTube people, and I gotta say, Destiny is still the most logical one of them all.
Wasn't he the
Yeah.
best, the greatest Destiny clip I've ever
I'll be
seen
back.
was the greatest Destiny clip that I've ever seen was the Destiny clip where he was watching something and his audience was getting all into it and fucking Destiny was like, no, this is stupid. What are you doing? Stop. Like he's like his audience is more extreme than he is, and he's starting to like have a moment of realization of what he's done. It's fucking hilarious.
Dude, that's what I love about ContraPoints. Yes,
Yeah.
she's a fucking narcissist. But she at least understands how dangerous her fan base is.
Well, she does now after they fucking cancelled her, didn't they? Like
Twice!
twice, yeah. I wonder why I don't hear about ContraPoints that much anymore. Big think. God, that was so stupid.
It's like, oh my god. It is almost all people who were Gamergaters like 2 or 3 years ago at this point.
Oh yeah, they just decided to fucking switch, you know.
Yeah.
Time to fucking become BreadTube now. That's where the money is. Yeah, boy. It's like fuck. So when's that fucking e-girl gonna start streaming again? Have you been keeping up with that stuffy? The fucking
Oh god, yeah!
the
Reality
e-fots?
Chan?
Yeah. I managed to catch some of Melody's stream last night. It's actually not bad. It's really weird because it's almost like phone sex. Because you know it's a real life girl on the other end of that fucking like virtual persona, right? So it's kind of like it's the audio and the personality that has to sell it almost, right? Like because you could just find a fucking like 3D anime fucking anywhere, right? It's like it's really interesting. It's I find it to be a fascinating fucking development.
I was kind of waiting for it to happen after Kizuna Eye, because she sold off of personality, off of the girl's personality, and because they use mocap, the girl's expressive face.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so all you got to do is like make the bitch naked and put a love in center, and this is going to be a $1 billion idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, you see, like, I think I was talking to the unknown about this earlier today, but like, I feel like what's happening is we're entering into the first gen of the sex stuff.
Let me get back to where the what thing is, so I can keep writing the script.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a subject for tomorrow night anyway.
Probably, yeah. Like, it does feel like a subject that we should talk about on the stream.
I almost think we should find a site that is actually good, unlike Live.
We're gonna stream on fucking Pixel Storm or some shit.
Stream on my cam videos.
My free cams.
We'll start streaming on Shadowbait. We'll do the podcast on Shadowbait.
Yeah, and then become.
Dude, to be fair, we would probably actually be pretty popular on Chatterbait.
Well, I mean, what is the competition? You know, it's a bunch of fucking like. I had a look, right? And actually, out of curiosity, because I've never been on Chatterbait, because I just don't care for it, right? But after this Melody stuff, after watching Melody stream, I decided, you know what? Let's have a look. And it's like, it's all the same shit.
This is not true. Like, you need to find the.
Hey, you're just typing in the wrong keywords.
Maybe I am.
Well, yes,
maybe I am. What should I be looking for?
Type in trap, and you can watch a girl. You can watch a dude like do coke on stream.
All right,
I'm not going to say that, but I'm talking about there is someone I follow, I won't say who, sometimes when they get into their cam shit, all they are doing, and people are paying them for, is just to talk massive shit about all the other cam girls. It's like,
honestly, like, I think there's a market for that.
It is.
I think there is, yeah.
I think Spooky, the reason she's a failed thought is she didn't realize there's a market for shit-talking people while topless.
Yeah, as I was trying to say, I don't care about that part. What I'm trying to say is that because there is no like recorded there's people that record, but there's no actual backlog on the cam site itself. No one really knows that this person shit talks them like in a massive amount. And it's just funny, right? And they talk a lot about their freaking how there's huge in-group out-groups with the camming people and people that are actually like very, very like moral police people.
So this kind of sort of explains a bit of why this sort of blew up like it did, doesn't it? Like, if they've got this sort of culture of the moral bullshit, it kind of explains why this whole shit. Because they're getting.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Leave it to me to go to a porn website just to see the drama.
You're getting off to that drama, man. It's
my fetish.
To be fair, like, what are you going to you can't really watch anything really interesting on Chatterbait.
No, you can't. It's like fuck all.
Because then there's more than one person that kind of gets through to the point.
Like I had a look and I was just like browsing tags and shit, and it was like I couldn't really find anything that I gave a fuck about. Like it all just kind of looked like the same shit. Oh, it's just a naked girl in front of the camera and it's just whatever.
Yeah.
It's
and just bored, like not
yeah,
even.
They all look fucking bored as shit. It's like
It's like, okay, I can guarantee that, and you can tell the ones that make money. Because they don't look fucking bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you put a fucking vibrator in you that works off of tips, you're not going to be bored.
Well, that's what the melody chick is doing. She's got one of those, and so you
Yeah.
just she gets the tips, and you just hear her fucking moaning, and it's like, all right, I can see the appeal. I
That
can see the
reminds me
appeal
of the
now.
time I saw someone stream and everyone got together to donate at specific times so that they would keep the vibrator always vibrating.
That's
Well,
great.
like, kind of the thing is, you sit there and think about it. The Twitch and Chatterbait used to be dominated by like some serious fives.
Okay,
Mm.
so
All you need is 1-7 to come in, and all the fives are out of work.
Well, and you see that's what's happened with Melody, right? Is the fucking 10 out of 10 anime
all right,
waifu is
got
coming.
we got off track so hard to the
Yeah, because we're way,
Yeah, because this is an interesting topic. That's why.
like,
It's actually,
dude,
it's
we've also
actually
got to get out the part that we can't say on Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch thoughts.
So definitely get like a rotating GIF of Alinity so that we can actually talk shit on Twitch.
Well, the children's laugh is incredibly stupid, and every aspect of it. On them, Funimation, several other dubbing and licensing companies in Tokyo MX dropping it from their lineups, and a certain million sub Anitube raising its mouse score to flex on them, as if it's going to do anything except raise its mouse score and get all of the children to laugh, is incredibly stupid. And
I mean, to be fair, if I'm on Chatterbait, I'm looking for some weird shit that I'm not even going to masturbate to.
Now, before you stop watching,
Yeah,
I just want to see
find
someone
that.
do some weird shit.
Yeah, but it was like I didn't even see any of that. Like, I guess I didn't dig deep enough. You need to get right in there.
not comprehend that my reasoning for disliking the show has nothing to do with me being offended, a prude, or salty because of the next ability. Now, before you stop watching here because you cannot comprehend that my reasoning.
It's like you definitely want to find. Well, it's always hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
Get all of the children to laugh is incredibly stupid in every aspect. Now,
Like they always hide the
my
dude
God,
who
you keep
is
talking
injecting.
as soon as I am trying to hear this time. When what keeps like barely speaking, like the background noise is higher than his voice, and every time I rewind to see that specific spot you've talked, one of y'all have talked, it's been this way for the past minute. God damn.
Okay, well now play it so I can hear.
Watching here because you cannot comprehend that my reasoning for disliking the show has nothing to do with me being offended, a prude, or salty because of the next ability of anime battle block fans. Please pay attention. Grab your fruit snacks and chicken.
Okay, so
But
Well,
yeah, no, it's a interesting fucking time to be alive, I guess.
really. Okay, you can talk and whatnot. I don't care now.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I'm just browsing shit.
Yeah, like I was waiting to actually get to hear the fucking video.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'll just have to watch it some other time.
Well, we're gonna do shit tomorrow.
I mean, we could go into the watch together real fast.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. I don't know. What time is it? Like 4 p.m. I'm probably gonna think about jumping out soon.
Yeah, let's just do the watch together real fast. What?
How long is the video?
It's like 19 minutes. It's quite long.
Ooh.
Yeah, like that's what I mean.
And
Like,
I
it's
watched
already,
together. That's like 3 hours.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
so
going to be doing like our normal watch togethers. Remember?
Yeah, but we're gonna have to stop for me to make fun of it.
This show?
Yeah, and I've already seen it like 3 times now, so I'm probably fine.
I'm just writing a script, and we can actually do it later, like a real thing. I'm not trying to be funny or whatnot. I'm just trying to actually.
Well, if you two want to go and watch it, then that's fine. I'll probably stay out for the time being.
EFAB time 19 minutes is 19 days.
Yeah, not wrong. I fucking love those guys though. They do good stuff.
Hey,
Yeah, but unlike Rags, I'm good at making a one-liner.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm trying to say Rags isn't. Rags is pretty funny at times.
Yeah, I like Rags. Rags is pretty good.
He has to explain the joke away.
I still love his one-liner when everyone's like, "What do you mean we're equal?" And then Rags is like, "We're all equal under the eyes of Allah." We're all one race under the eyes of Allah.
I like his new joke that he's got now. I've been watching the latest EFAP where he just basically just keeps saying that he hates women and minorities.
Wait, that's a new joke?
Yeah, apparently it's his new thing.
I thought that was an old joke.
I thought that
no,
was serious.
he's been ramping it up more frequently now. It's like every time he gets a chance, he's just like, man, you know what? I just fucking hate women.
To be fair, the best EFAP ever was the one where he was just shithouse drunk.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Like he probably blacked out at the end of that because he was drunk for a solid what, 4 hours?
Yeah, he was fucking mega drunk. Yeah.
Did you pop in yet?
Nah, I'm not.
No.
Like I said, I'm probably gonna jump out soon, so
And
I'm
when
not gonna be joining you.
pop in, I mean Stuffy.
Give me a sec.
But anyway, it's been fun. But I think I might as well just jump out now. It was a good time.
Alright,
But yeah, I should be free tomorrow. So if you're gonna do anything, let me know, and I'll
I'm in.
jump on. And so yeah, I'll catch you later.
Alright.
Laters.
You can press play
Later.
for now.
Sucks. The jokes aren't funny, the premise is honestly done better in hentai and the schmacks, and the girls are not hot at all. And I didn't even watch this officially. I don't want to fucking watch 20 minutes of mid-animation and a black screen that says Unga Bunga porn not found here. I watched this shit on Pornhub, bro. I could have been jacking onto something else with better writing and animation on there too. But I ended up
That's your fault.
having to watch this dumb bullshit. Fuck you. There, that's my thoughts on it. Goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, this show would benefit so much from being a hentai just because of what the show is based off of. It's like, dude, if this could be a hentai, it could go all the way and explore everything.
It definitely would have been better off as a hentai.
Yeah.
Okay, so in all seriousness, community, we need to have a talk. This entire thing revolving around Ishizoku reviewers and Funimation, several other dubbing and licensing companies in Tokyo MX dropping it from their lineups, and a certain million sub Anituber raising its MAL score to flex on them as if it's going to do anything except raise its MAL score and get all of the children to laugh is incredibly stupid and
Yeah, he gets his fan base to laugh. That's literally the point of the video. It wasn't
Does he
even-
not understand how how this is funny?
Oh.
Dude, it's like when Yellow Flash actually found that stupid site that tells you how woke a movie is,
Yeah.
and they got like Song of the South and A Birth of a Nation up to an A.
Hashtag not funny.
Like, it's funny because you
Ridiculous.
can skew the system that hard.
Well, this wasn't even to flex on Funimation. It was only the part that was to flex on the Funimation was the part to flex on Funimation was actually I have it written down actually. Flexing on Funimation. Ah, here it is. Nux Taku never said the MAL scores was the flex on Funimation. The MAL scores was a flex on the people that hated the show or something like that along those lines. The flex, on, which he specifically says on the internet people or something like that on the internet. The flex on Funimation was talking about their standards and how warped it was. But at the same time, Nux Taku makes it was talking about the standards and how I reread a line. Nux Taku makes it very clear this isn't an accurate way to judge them, as before it starts it shows very clear that none of this was serious, and at the very end the arguments don't hold water, and he actually goes and debunks each argument, and he's very and it was just very clear he wanted to have fun with this idea. He was taking the idea, what if this thing meant this? Let's do a whole video to show that.
That, and, like, someone taking Nux seriously?
No,
No one takes Nux seriously.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of certain videos, I would say, is more serious than others.
Yeah, more serious than others.
Depending
I
on
would
what you
not-
mean by take seriously. Do you think he's joking or
I
not?
think 90% of the stuff he says, his tongue is so far through his cheek that there's a hole.
What the fuck?
Like, you know the saying tongue in cheek,
Yes. I've
but you
never
punch me.
I've never heard someone say that. I've heard tongue in cheek, but I've never heard someone say that.
Yeah, I'm deliberately going beyond plus ultra style.
Yeah. When I first, what's it?
But no, like, if I watched a video by Nux, I would immediately assume most of it's for the point of humor. And then I would go, okay, how long until he says Hashirama sells?
And then I saw immediately remembered why I wanted to rethink my life or rethink living.
There we go. Get that suicide joke in. Oh, sorry, that unaliving joke.
So Nux Taku flexing on Funimation, same reasons as before, or point as in Vindy. All right,
dude. I'm beginning to realize I gave everyone in Anitube way too much credit. Just in general.
About what?
Because I thought like most of the whites on in-video character was just that, a character.
Do you even
and then I spoke to him like 5 times.
What was the chat just saying? Imagine getting mad over my video. I'm literally just pointing out all the inconsistencies. What the fuck are you talking about? Literally, Vindy had this many. Oh man. Alright, let's get back into... It's the same points as with Vindy. When talking about the quote-unquote flexing on Funimation, it was completely out of context, because when the flexing on Funimation was talking about making all the fucking review scores, or not review scores, it was flexing on Funimation was talking about their standards and how it was warped at the same time. NuxTaku makes it very clear this isn't an accurate way to judge them before he starts it, and after he starts it, he actually shows why these don't hold water, and he actually goes and debunks each and every argument. And he's very clear he just wanted to have a fun with the idea of this whole thing that was going on. Before the video starts, he shows that it's a joke, and as well as after, and shows what if we took this line of logic to the extreme and put it inside and looked at it.
Unknown, how many times did you vote for the review show?
What? I voted once.
How many times? Really? I figured you would have voted at least 3 times.
I mean, I do have about 20 accounts, but I just don't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, that's kind of the other thing it points out is online anything, don't listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you are literally taking them out of context for almost all this shit.
The aspect I completely go. Now, before you stop watching here because you cannot comprehend that my reasoning for disliking the show has nothing to do with me being offended, a prude, or salty because of the flexing ability.
And as I don't say that this is actually it, but whatever.
Of anime battle box fans, please pay attention. Grab your fruit snacks and chicken tendies and listen for longer than a minute, and let's go for a ride. It has been almost a year since my video entitled Shield Hero is Not Misogynist was published. The premise of which was that the anime community is extremely stupid and illogical, especially when it comes to more high-grounding and overreacting over series that nobody is going to care about or talk about within 3 months of the thing airing. And guess what? Have you seen anyone in the major anime sphere talk about Shield Hero? Have you seen Shield Hero and its misogyny be the topic of discussion recently?
I've always been wondering what he means by in the major Anitubes here. Like, if you're talking about, like, big people, no, because they're busy talking about the airing shows so that they can get views. Like, if you go onto my Discord, I still talk about Shield Hero and all of them.
They're not always talking about the more recent shows so they can get views. Sometimes they're bitching about YouTube.
Yeah, sometimes they're bitching about YouTube, and sometimes they're talking about a show that is in the top 15 of MAL all the time that isn't a meme.
And sometimes they're talking about 7 Deadly Sins.
Well, didn't that? No, I haven't heard anyone talk about Seven Deadly Sins since it ended a while back.
I'm surprised Nux has gone more than a week without talking about Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, Nux hasn't talked about Seven Deadly Sins in a while.
No, you fucking haven't. Because everyone moved on to the next outrage. Now people are accusing Horikoshi of being a terrible person because it happens every 2.
Another thing I wanted to say about this is like, why? Like, are you trying to say that they don't care about it anymore? It's not that they don't care about it. They can care about it and not constantly talk about it. Wouldn't it be really weird if I had to come up to you, Stuffy, every single day and be like, hey, do you remember there was a Goblin Slayer controversy? Hey, there was a Goblin Slayer controversy. And as to take this into the extreme version, Stuffy doesn't tell me about his mother. That doesn't mean, like, anymore, like, every day. That doesn't mean you don't care about her.
I mean, I would really probably just go, hey, remember that scene in Bible Black the New Testament where dude is fucking a girl with a shotgun and then pulls the trigger?
Yeah, just because you're not talking about it doesn't mean you don't care about it. It's just literally the conversation is done. You don't have to keep bringing up conversations that have been done. It's a really weird argument to make. And that's not even how this place works. It's pretty much just how YouTube works. There's very few people that have been able to build their career off talking about non-seasonal stuff and that they actually like. There's not many people that have been able to do that. And yeah, Horikoshi getting this bullshit. I already know that.
Oh, he's already got another one.
Gall to make a terrible person in his manga be named after a terrible thing. The audacity of this terrible man. I hope he gets pegged by Froggy. Seasonal anime watching is something I enjoy. I like it a lot because there's some stuff coming out recently that I've absolutely fallen in love with. Beastars, Quintessential Quintuplets, Kaguya-sama, Lots of 10, Koi Suitor Asteroid, Keep Your Hands Off Azoken, so on.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone keep talking about Kaguya-sama ever since it pretty much ended.
What the fuck you mean?
Okay, I'm talking about...
You literally are in a server where 3 of us talk about Kaguya-sama.
No, hold on.
Every day.
I'm talking about on YouTube because he's making the point on YouTube.
I'm actually surprised people aren't harping on the Horikoshi shit.
No, because
Simply because, dude, it's such good cringe bait. Because it's always something stupid.
I know. Horikoshi keeps getting canceled like every other day, and he just keeps showing he doesn't give a fucking shit.
No, have you been watching the most recent one?
No, which one? Is it the...
He drew a vagina line.
What?
He drew a vagina line and people are pissed about it.
What the fuck? That is amazing to hear.
Go check Poe's Twitter because he talks about it. It's one of the funniest fucking things.
Can't really do it on stream at the moment.
Oh yeah. Especially since I said check Poe. Like, his fucking timeline is guaranteed to get you yeeted.
Yeah. Alright, let's go back to...
And so on. Being current in the discussion is also really fun because you get to see people's reactions to what you love in real time. It's why I look forward to recording the Weeaboo Club weekly seasonal discussion. By the way, subscribe to the Weeb Club. Look, let me talk. Okay, I'm gonna spoil Ishizoku reviewers for all of you. It's so deep and things. And here we go. Are you ready? There's an angel femboy. He has penis and ball sack, and he comes in looks like girl, and then they have the sex with an elf, and they go, ew, elf 500 years old. That's old. And the human go, but she hot though. And then they have the sex, and then they make a MAL review for it. And then the next episode, oh look, we drink potion. We become girl. I have sex with slime lady. I have sex with midget. I have sex with a hyena girl with a penis, and I have vagina. And that's it. That's the whole goddamn show. And I'm like, why wasting my time doing this? But despite the positives that come from experiencing media in real time, seasonal anime watching continues to be a very heated topic amongst us in the community. Namely that the act is cancerous and people who only watch seasonal anime are small-brained Neanderthals with the attention span of a coked-up goldfish. The biggest reason being that seasonal anime discussion, while being fun in small doses, becomes a vehicle for a random outrage that everyone treats like a big deal until they find the next thing to cry and piss and moan about. It's frustrating and mind-numbing because then we get shit like Shield Hero's misogynist, Lily is trans, and now, which is possibly the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life, the situation with Ishizoku reviewers. I strongly recommend that before all of you assume that this is just corporations being prudes, or that this is part of Funimation's SJW agenda, you actually use your computer for something other than hentai and look up the facts for yourselves. As detailed in the Cartoon Cypher's video regarding the topic, this issue is far more nuanced than SJW agenda and incompetence.
The market is...
Yeah, I've already seen the Cartoon Cypher's video. I saw it literally the minute it came out. After the stream.
especially if you're Funimation right now, is dictated entirely by streaming.
Which is hilarious because my stream came out before the Cartoon Cypher's video, just by a little bit, and the Cartoon Cypher pretty much just I'm not saying Cartoon Cypher copied me. I'm saying it pretty much repeats everything I've said, because about delays and shit like that, about what's it called? He just said it way more articulate than me about how Funimation more than likely couldn't have known because of the manga source material and all that shit. Like, almost everything the Cartoon Cypher says, I said in the stream, like, a bit before he even had it posted.
Because everything's for streaming and the licensing landscape is so competitive, they have to license these shows sight unseen. They're not done when they're buying them, so they don't know what they're getting.
If they only got to see episode 1 before the dubbing started, then that would make some sense, since unlike some of the following episodes, its content still seemed to be within the realm of what Funimation would air, like High School DxD.
I'm leaving the rest of the video for you to watch because I actually want to give attention to my fellow creators. Subscribe to the Cartoon Cypher, by the way. They easily put out some of the best and most well-researched and informed content out there. But essentially, this whole situation is just fucked. Because of the way
Yeah, I already had that all pretty much said.
the dubbing system is, there's a lot of things that contributed to this frankly comically stupid mistake. The manga's material is very clearly not as sexual as the anime is, and Passion was obviously put in a situation where they could either turn the anime into talking heads and floating text, or, as they clearly chose to do, decided to have everyone do a little diddling. The only thing this show does not show is a penis entering a vagina, which is the only thing separating it from a hentai.
What about Yuri? Fuck you! Go watch Koisuru Asteroid, I heard the girls kiss. Go watch Senton Academy, I heard she eats poop or something. Y'all are into that, right?
Now, what the what, you might say? Shouldn't have Funimation checked the product before they licensed it? Well, I will be citing the Cartoon Cypher once again. The way Funimation works is that licensing and the actual production side of things are two departments, and they will acquire shows way before they come out. So unless you are telling me that Funimation has time travel powers, I do not understand how you could possibly expect them to check this show beforehand other than by checking the manga, which, again, has significantly less edgy material than the anime adaptation. Again, please watch his video to educate yourselves. Now, if you know anything about this situation, you know that Nux Taku is the center of it. Obviously, he's the one who's been
posted.
What?
Check this.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Oh my god. Alright, now, are you still in the watch together? Duffy?
No, let
you're
me
not. I
make
think
sure.
What?
Yeah, I think I may have dropped out because I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, you dropped out.
milking this whole thing for 3 whole videos, but he's played this whole thing off as a meme. I would believe it, because while the meme is stupid and unfunny, I can at least
There
see
we
what
go.
he's actually trying to do. My anime list is a broken shit stain of a site, and the rating system is as helpful as a sandpaper condom when trying to determine what a good show
Okay, here's where what the what starts saying. He's trying to see what he's trying to do, and
is or not.
we'll get
I
into
mean,
that.
Code Geass is number 36 across the whole site. What are you, stupid? But while hiding behind the shield of just a prank, bro, Nux has gone out.
It's not even like a shield of it's just a prank, bro. It's very okay. You know what? I'm gonna make a section for that actually.
Oh, I'm not paying attention to live chat right now.
Next talk.
Something funny happening.
It's just a prank, bro. And what's it called? No, it's what's it called? It was actually in the video. Let's see, what is people saying? My hero controversies are strong. Okay. Just Vindy doing the flex.
Should we bring Chandler in?
Whatever he wants.
Hey Chandler, I'll give you a blanket, and Unknown will give you some fire water if you jump
Out of
in.
his way to paint Funimation as the bad guy in this whole situation. Now, before I go forward, I guess I should probably say this. This video is mostly satire. Don't actually get upset at Nux Taku. Don't write him death threats or whatever. None of that. He just demonized the whole corporation for a meme because he's a dumb fuck who can't do research. That's literally all that happened, okay? Everybody has a right to be a dumb fuck, okay? So, full disclosure, I'm not upset at him. He just has no brain. Now.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm probably gonna go more in that offline. What's it called?
I have here a message from my buddy Vindy, who is a big fan of Nux's dumb fuck crusade against this whole thing. Okay? Everybody has a right to be a dumb fuck, okay?
Why did you
So, full
rewind?
disclosure, I'm not upset at him, he just has no brain. Now, I have here a message from my buddy Vindy, who is a big fan of Nux's dumb fuck crusade against this whole thing.
This punk bitch, motherfucker Nux Taku. Oh my god.
I
I'm
already
actually,
went
like,
into Vindy's
fucking baffled
art
at this whole
video.
situation. Because, like, look, here's the thing, right?
all
At the
here.
end of the day, it's like, Funimation can do whatever the fuck they want, right? If they want to drop the fucking show because they think, maybe they mean it's a little too, oh, the fucking standards, Zerlana means Funimation says you should fuck votes. No, like, you're an idiot. And they already are, right? Mal's already a joke. We're gonna prove that Mal sucks. But you're fucking doing. So first of all, it's like, because you're not smart
The
enough.
Vindy part has
Because
already
again,
been
Mal is a joke of a
explained,
site.
so
So it's a meme.
Step 3, flex on.
you could either go back or you can pause right here and just read the parts point by point if you want. Here you go, Vindy. There, that should have showed the whole thing. Oh wait, actually I think I have the stream to where it's off-centered. No, you can still see it. That's okay.
Funimation. Like, where's the correlation between the two other than that it's the same anime?
The full rant is on his channel, go subscribe. Look, I get that this is a meme. Obviously it's a meme, because again, Mal is a joke of a site. We all know it's a joke, but I'm not the only one who has told you that this is not a good idea. Take Mr. Caribou Coon's words that you brushed off.
So Nux is accusing Funimation of stealing his videos, except he's not. I guess his fans saw that and were like, "Hey, what the fuck, Funimation?" And I guess he had to go so far as like having a DM with them and like talking about it. And that's obviously why he doesn't actually pursue it. Also,
Okay, well, this part I think they probably misinterpreted because this whole thing with everyone was DMing and going after Funimation was actually before he made the video. You there, Stuffy?
Yep.
Yeah, all this was actually before he made the video, and what's it called? Nux Taku spent the first 3 minutes explaining how Funimation didn't actually steal the video. And if you look at, you could say the title is Funimation is stealing my videos. Well, yeah, all of his titles when he does his little Reddit memes are all ironic when it comes down to it. If you watch the very first 3 minutes, he goes and immediately starts saying why Funimation didn't actually steal his videos and why this whole situation was blown out of proportion because his fans were saying, oh man, Nux Taku just uploaded this. Nux didn't even know about this until after he got added by a bunch of people as well. And then they had to go into the DM to talk about, sorry that you're getting all this hate because of you uploaded something the same in my series. This video was literally to show that Funimation wasn't actually doing it. This freaking title, that Funimation is stealing my videos, was all to play off the idea that everyone's saying Funimation is stealing it.
it's so stupid to think that only an anime is a thing that Nux came up with. It's the same fucking lot. His fans think that he came up with the Bakugo is dead meme. He didn't come up with that. He found out about it and then ran it into the ground, and then fans think that was his thing and his meme. How much more of this is he gonna take from?
Well, what's it called? No one thinks Nux Taku actually thought of only in anime. Only in anime has been around for many years. The only thing Nux Taku thought of was the actual titling for the series that he said he was going to do of a series. And that's what people were saying was quote-unquote stolen, because Funimation had the exact same title for their series. Although Nux Taku first went into a DM to talk to Funimation themselves and said that they had this planned like a month or two in advance. So Nux Taku obliged and changed his series name so that it wouldn't get those two mixed up. And he also did shout them out. Like, it was all a pretty good sport thing. Like, to say this is literally to only be going off of the freaking Funimation is stealing my videos title. Literally just the title alone. You're just saying, look at... This reminds me of a lot of those freaking things that would just screenshot people's titles and then just try to base and go after a video all based off the title alone. Like, it makes no goddamn sense.
Look, dude, these are YouTubers. Do you expect them to do any research beyond look at the title?
Yeah.
How much fan art is he going to go uncredited? If you, I don't like it, and you're clearly using the demonization of Funimation for bait, and It's very interesting, but it's certainly feeding fuel to that fire. I think we should be not warming up to these companies or sucking their dick or anything, but kicking them in this whole fucking thing.
Which is actually kind of strange because Nux and Funimation are on good terms with each other. Because Nux has, like when he asked to talk about Funimation like that, is literally because of he had to correct what was being said. It still had that title still drawed more people in to actually see it, rather than saying Funimation is not stealing it. Which one do you think is going to get more people? Funimation is stealing my videos, or Funimation is not stealing my videos? It's literally just what will grab the more attention so he can explain what was going on. Whatever.
It's just not healthy.
And not only that, if you look at the other videos that he did that were promoting that video, he also says that wasn't what happened inside of the videos, and how they pretty much made up and had a nice resolve for it. Like, I don't know what the fuck people are trying to say for this on this part.
Not helpful, and you're one of the biggest people on the platform. If you're making enemies of Funimation, it's going to look bad on the rest of us.
Okay, here's one thing I disagree with Shapes. For one, he's not making enemies with Funimation, but even if he was, it wouldn't look bad on the platform of Anitube. It would look bad for Funimation himself, or themselves. That is who it would look bad for. Because if your customers aren't liking what you're doing, that is what Funimation is Funimation's job, to be a good service to its customers.
You catch my drift?
Like, I get you don't care because you have like a million subs of fucking 12-year-olds, so it doesn't matter to you because there's always more 12-year-olds you can get to watch your content. But for other people who actually want to give Anitube a good name and do something, help people see anime with their content, or help people, be able to explain why they like their favorite shows or whatever, you're just giving Anitube.
But most of this is minor
to a bad
compared
name,
to a few points later.
Right? Like, there are already so many people in the anime community that think that Anitube is a joke, right? You have people
really
like Giga
disagree
saying
with
that Love Live killed Mecha. Anything that Mother's Basement has said in his entire time on YouTube. And now anyone who goes to MAL looks and sees Ishizoku reviewers at like number 4, right? And it's like, oh my god, why is this show so high? Because, like, people when they're fucking new and getting into anime will go to MAL and go to the top anime and start watching that shit, right? I know I did. I know a bunch of other people who did, because you want to see what, like, the best stuff is, or the most liked stuff is. So you see this, and people will ask, why is Ishizoku reviewers rated so high? It's like, oh, some fucking dumb fuck Anitube who has, like, 3 brain cells decided to, get everyone to rate it a 10. They're like, oh, okay, so Anitube's just a fucking joke. People like to defend it by being like, oh, well, Ishizoku reviewers actual functional
Still
thought.
already
Good.
Said the thing.
So bad at it that you're not even participating.
Subscribe to Vindy, fucking follow Vindy on Twitch, fuck Nux Taku.
Considering this is a joke, you're so bad at it that you're not even participating. Oh, look at that. Wow, wow, wow. But aside from the whole stain on the reputation of Anitube, aside from cementing MAL as a jokeable website, there is
One
this
second,
idea that
I'm gonna have to re-enter the watch together.
What do you keep doing that keeps disconnecting you?
Walking away and tabbing out.
Fuck you.
Joke reviewers being taken down by Funimation is morally wrong. Something that you even agree with, it seems. Now, let me get something into your heads. The world is not run by Funimation. Tokyo MX and
No one said the world is run by Funimation. I don't know what he was trying to imply.
several other services have taken Ishizoku reviewers down after finding out what Passion did to change the source material. Funimation is not the sole bad guy.
It's not the sole bad guy. I mean, what's it called?
The world is not run by Funimation.
For one,
Tokyo MX and several...
Not only did Funimation... Not only did Nux say Funimation is the sole bad guy, or ever tried to really make it out to seem that way. What's it called? Crunchyroll has gotten... not Crunchyroll. Tokyo MX has gotten flack for it, but I do think Tokyo MX canceling it had actual reasons behind of it. And we can go back to why there's a huge difference in Tokyo cancels it versus Funimation. And that literally goes into the PR and why there was reasonings behind it and everything like that. Let me go.
I mean, there might also be legal issues within Japan with Tokyo MX on it.
Yeah, well, it could be that, but at the same time, they hosted the censored version. They hosted both. They hosted.
If it gets too close, you still hit the level of hentai.
No, they hosted a heavily censored version on the air, and they had not safe for work one somewhere else. I don't remember where it was. They didn't cancel the other one. They did cancel just the censored one though, and it was. But yeah, that's a different story.
Other services have taken Ishizoku reviewers down after finding out what Passion did to change the source material. Funimation is not the sole bad guy. You might as well be doing this to fucking own the entire anime industry.
I wouldn't even say Funimation is the sole bad guy anyways.
Because this is clearly not the fault of just one company. You're free to live in this magical world where Funimation is the only one at fault. But unlike you, I live in reality, and I know you know that fact. You are just misleading your audience of 1 million subscribers to believe otherwise, whether intentionally, which it totally is, or unintentionally. There also appears to be a strange misplacement of standards. Sure, this isn't actually a movement as you say, it's just a meme. You're flexing on apparently no one because Funimation doesn't care, and MAL is doing nothing but benefiting from this by fixing its systems. But I can't help but wonder if since you have so much power and the ability to flex, as it was, why do you not feel the need to do so for a better cause? This applies to everybody going along with this stupid meme, not just you, Nux, because everybody involved in this, including the other Anitubers who are giggling and guffawing at this stupid bullshit, are just as well at fault. You all chose Ishizoku Reviewers, a show that is not that good, not that funny, and that you 100% will stop caring about in a couple months. Why not do that?
Well, the stop caring about is literally every show in.
Well, that's also what makes the meme funny.
Yeah, it does. It literally makes it funny.
Like, if it was a show people would give a fuck about,
it wouldn't make it all
be
that funny. Like, if for some reason someone started advocating for Hunter x Hunter to get to the top of MAL, I don't, like, I know...
I mean, that would just be another day on A.
Well, yeah, that would.
But no, like, if someone went, okay, let's get the new season of Haikyuu to the top,
that's why
no one would
when
care.
4chan did Pingu in the City, it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I remember a long time ago, all that shit and participating in the Pingu in the City meme. That was fucking amazing. That's neither here or there. We're to the
Vindy is saying stuff.
What?
He wants on.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at the chat, but okay. Sure, bring Vindy in. Let's do it.
I was about to say, you're going to have to do that because I'm not in any server he's in unless he's in.
I have to add as a friend for you to come in. Alright, there we go. Vindy, here it is.
Hello?
Hello, hold on. Let me do a share so you can see all the points that I was bringing up.
Yeah, I just want to talk about my video. I don't really want to talk about WtW's video. I don't want to speak for him, but there's some stuff from my video I saw that I already... Well, first of all, did you read the description? Because I think that gives
I read the description right when it happened.
All right. Because I think the most important part of that is, you know, that McDonald's cup I was drinking from was like half rum. So, not that I'm going to say that I'm not responsible for the words I said, but that, you know, everything I said.
Well, this is an unknown stream, so we're used to that.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is, like, you know, everything wasn't 100% serious. Like, most of the digs were just jokes. Like, I've never talked to Nux. I don't know him. I'm not going to say that I hate the guy, but I will say that, like, you know, it's funny to just, like, throw digs at people.
Okay.
I mean, here's what happens when you put everything through the Reddit machine.
Right, like, it's just funny to kind of make fun of people. But, so for the first point, right, you say, like, just because it's a standard doesn't mean it's a moral standard.
It's mostly because, what's it called? We're still not exactly sure what the standards they're referring to. I wouldn't find it hard to believe that they did get it away for the App Store thing. And in all honesty, if that's what they said, I'd be completely okay with that. In fact, all the blame would be pushed onto that fucking App Store.
Right.
The reason they got canned.
My problem with you making that a point is that that's what I'm saying as well. Is I didn't say that they maybe took it down for a quality standard. Nux was the one who was making a point in his video about when he was talking about
I was referring more to the part where you say it doesn't have to be for a moral standard. They probably took it down because it was raunchy and they didn't want porn on their website. And I'm like, not having porn on the website is a moral standard.
No, well, no, there's a big difference there because
actually it's also an ethical standard when you have people below the age of 18.
It's an advertiser standard as well. Tumblr didn't take porn off their website for morals. They took them down because they wanted ad money.
Yes, I do.
Actually, they took it down because there was child porn, and that shit's illegal.
Right. So there's more than just right. Exactly though. There's like porn is more than just a moral standard. So that's what I'm saying is that like if you're gonna throw the criticism at me that I was saying something about it being a moral standard, Nux is open to the same criticism because that was his point as well.
Oh no, I don't deny that. And that's why I brought to the other point, is when he talks about the moral... let's see. The paragraph 3, Nux Taku flexing on Funimation, is where Nux Taku never said the MAL score at 10 was flexing on Funimation. The MAL score was a flex on the people that hated the show. I don't remember what the exact quote was, but I think that's what it was. It was something like, to flex on the internet.
So
the flex on Funimation was very clearly talking about the standards and how it was worked, but at the same time, Nux Taku makes it very clear before and after that this isn't an accurate way to judge them, and that he wanted to just take this and see what it would be like if you do judge it that way. And
right. So
he
I
even
get that.
made a giant debunk at the very end to show if anyone actually believes this, they're retarded. Because this makes no sense to actually judge it that way.
Right. And I get that, but also you have to... So, first of all, I would say it wasn't very clear because the way he says it is, Funimation took this down, so let's flex on them, right? And by them, he is talking about like the anime community in a larger sense, but he doesn't say that. He just says, let's flex on them by, going to rate the show a 10 on MAL. And he's talking to 11-year-old fans because he even tells you how to create a MAL account, which I don't think... anyone that's been through, middle school needs to know how to make an account on a website. But I get when your audience is mainly elementary schoolers, you need to go through that step.
Or maybe you're just a boomer like me and had to look up how to make a Twitter.
If you have to look up I'm sorry, Anon. If you need to look up how to make an account, like that's on you, dog. It literally says, like, look, I'm gonna make a new MAL account right now. It's so simple. You just press sign up.
No,
I'm gonna have to watch that video.
Username and a password. I don't think it's hard to do, dude.
Like, I'm gonna have to watch that video, but I would imagine that was a joke.
I mean, you can say that, but again, like, I can just say everything in my video was a joke. Like, the problem is you can't speak for another person, right? You can't say, well,
Right.
no,
that's
he was
why
joking,
I have
but you
Nux,
were.
No, that's why I have an interview with Nux Taku. Like,
right, but that's what I'm saying is like
I
you gotta
interviewed
be...
him right before this, so I know what he was trying to say.
I mean, like it's easy to say, yeah, like okay, he's trying to flex, but when you spend most of your time talking, like,
and I didn't like even question like, hey, were you trying to say you were flexing on these? And instead, no, I instead asked him. I showed the line, and I told him, what do you mean by this? And when he was saying the people, and I said, who specifically? And he told me who specifically. That's what it is.
Right. But, okay, so here's the problem, though, right? If you need to go to him for clarification, because I don't think it's fair to just say...
clarification, because I already knew who he was talking about. I
right, of course.
Because people were going to say, oh, you're just interpreting that way. And it was like, okay, well, I will literally have him confirm it himself. You can't go and use this bullshit argument on, oh, you're just seeing it that way. That's probably not the way he actually interprets it.
No, I'm not saying I want to speak for Nux or say that I think I know what he's saying. But my point is that the video is poorly structured because he's talking about Funimation, right? And he calls them pussies. And then he talks about giving the show a 10 on MAL to flex on the people. Hold on. So then he says, give the show a 10 to flex on the people. And then he goes back to talking about Funimation and how they're pussies. And you can't structure a video like that where you're jumping back and forth and expect anything other than people to think that your subject, especially when you use pronouns a lot of the time, is the same subject.
Okay, so the part where you just said that were two completely different videos.
You're right. They were. But you know what? I couldn't finish a single one. They were good videos. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
As I was saying, no, the point you're making, they were two completely different videos, and it wasn't juggling from what you were trying to say.
He definitely called Funimation pussies before and after he said to give the show a 10 on MAL. But besides the point, I think I should explain, because I did say in chat that I would, because Chandler was saying that, oh, it's all conspiring. You uploaded them around the same time. Here's how this video happened. We recorded the Weeb Club, as we do, which you should subscribe to, by the way. And, you know, afterwards...
Link it to me. I'll link it in the channel. Or
fuck it, yeah. So afterwards, we talked about it on the thing, because I brought it up to What before we recorded. He said that it was a... You know, that he said he was thinking about making a video on it. And he said, hey, you should record yourself ranting about the situation. It'd be funny. And I was like, do you want me to get a little drunk too so I can get angrier? And he's like, yeah. So the next day, I took a couple shots, made a mixed drink, and then just screamed for 8 minutes, you know, hammed it up because it was funny, and then just sent him the footage. I wasn't even going to upload it. When you watch mine, I literally say, what, you can upload this if you want. And then he told me later to upload it. So, like, you know, at some point, I just kind of recorded for what to use in a video. I wasn't necessarily... Like, I do agree with a lot of the points I made. I think that, you know, his point is really muddled, and what he's saying doesn't make sense, and that even calling Funimation pussies, when you look at it in a larger scale, that's not really an accurate rating of the situation. But at the same time, I don't think... treating my video as some... Like, my video is basically a shitpost. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, so what I was going to talk
I mean,
about...
the more correct term to use would have been incompetent pussies.
Yeah, as I was trying to say about the pussies part, because you wanted to bring that up, I did have a section for that. Let me look. Ah, here it is. The very last paragraph. They don't want to dub porn on their website. Whether or not it was porn is irrelevant to the point at hand. If you listen to it again, he called them pussies, not because they dropped it, but because they dropped it and didn't want to say why. They had to sweep it under the rug by not announcing it or giving an actual reason that isn't vague as shit. If they wanted to come out with a reason, like the App Store, like the Cartoon Cypher said, then I can almost guarantee you most people wouldn't be angry at Funimation. They would be angry at the App Store. When he was talking about Funimation being pussies, he did a giant explanation saying, I can't take people that are too pussified to even not say what they really mean, or they try to hide behind some corporate kind of response to the point that it means nothing. Did you completely miss that?
No. That's fair. But here's my counter to that really quickly. If you're gonna say that, you know, the problem is transparency, and that Nux is someone who wants transparency, why isn't he transparent about how piss poor he pays his editors, or transparent about the editors themselves by linking them in the description or mentioning them in the video, instead of just paying them $40 per 10 minutes, which is a garbage rate, and, you know, just saying edited by this person in the bottom of the description? Why isn't he transparent about that?
He usually does say edited by who it is, so that...
Right. So, like, if it was edited by Core, he'll write edited by Core. Not linked to Core's channel, pays Core $40 per 10 minutes. Well, that's not a fair rate to pay an editor, like...
Nux is still paying the same amount. Okay, I don't want to say...
Nux is not paying the same amount other people are. I can promise you, Nux does not pay editors the same that other people do.
Okay, you know what? Once the stream is off, I can talk about that, because I don't want to talk about that on stream. Because that gets a little bit into the personal life of all that shit.
Okay, I really want to quickly... The main point I want to talk about actually is the Anitube is a joke. Because
I can't talk about that, so...
No, I was just going to say the Anitube is a joke point. I get it. You can't talk about it. You want to remain friends with Nux Taku. And I hit too close to the home. But I want to talk about the MAL point really quickly, because I do think that... Okay, so... It does mean Anitube is a joke. So you guys have to actually stop and, like, something people in Anitube and people who watch Anitube never do is separate themselves from the community. A majority of my friends who are into anime don't watch Anitube, so it's really easy for me to separate myself from Anitube as a whole and look at how they're perceived by people outside of it. And all I see are people being like, Anitube is a joke. Anitubers are stupid. They don't make good points. And that's why I threw those digs at Giguk and Mother's Basement, because they're two of the largest, most prolific Anitubers.
Oh, yeah.
And you have Giguk saying things like, Love Live is Mecca, and this. And so when the average person sees Ishizoku reviewers going up to number 4, or I guess not the average person isn't a fair. The average person who's like super into anime, right? And y'all made the point that the same thing happened with Pingu and it was funny. And I agree it's funny with Pingu. But people who don't go on A and see that now Pingu's in the top 10 on MAL think A's stupid. Same way. So
yeah, but more people definitely saw this because this was very "we did it" Reddit.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's cringy because of how "we did it" Reddit has been.
Vindy's using the idea of what if, like, months later and it stays up there, someone sees it and wants to do it.
Oh, I severely doubt it will.
Well, no,
because
he's saying,
as soon as recency bias comes
using
off.
a hypothesis. What if it did stay up there, and all of a sudden, people found it without any prior knowledge? It's gonna, and then people find out some shit Anituber or whatever.
Well,
as you,
yeah, we can check. So let's look. Where's Pingu in the city right now?
It's at like 153.
It's at 135.
Oh.
So say that, for example, say Ishizoku reviewers, right? Let me just look really quickly because I'm curious now. By the way, if you didn't know, it's now the most popular show this season purely because of this, which is another thing to talk. But okay, so it has 100. Currently watching are 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay. 1,600 have it on hold, probably waiting for Blu-rays. 4,000 have it dropped, so they're not going to rate it past what they already have. 33,000 have it planned to watch. 140,000 people have it total. Of those 140,000 people, 56,000 of them have it at a 10.
What's
the
it called?
chances?
I can go and bring up because I actually had the scores before Nux started this whole thing.
That's fine, but my point is, that's still 56,000 people that have it at a 10.
Yeah,
so when you even if you consider,
there was a lot of people that had it as 10, and
that's actually really low.
Because you're right, it is a lot of people that have it at a 10 because
before the whole thing.
Right, because it's porn and people think it's funny. But what I'm saying is, say that when the show finishes, say it even bell curves around a 7. That still means there'll be more 10s, and say at most 50,000 more people give the show a score.
Okay.
If it's an 8.9 right now, the chances that it drops out of the top 50 are really low. Because it's a full-length show that isn't... Because, like, Pingu is a short. It's easy for someone to turn on and watch. This show's something it's a more of a time investment. It's something that less people are just going to want to just turn on and sit all the way through to rate. So I think the chance of this show dropping out of the top 50 is low. And again, I mean, I think it would be ridiculous to say that people who are just getting into anime go to the top anime and look through to find new things to watch because you want to see, again, what the most liked things are.
I think they're just going... MAL will just do what they did with Pingu and purge the votes. Because it's obvious tampering.
Yeah.
If MAL wants to do that, they can...
MAL did that also with Attack on Titan and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Right.
Yeah, anytime there's...
Like, this has happened
blatant
many times.
Tampering, you do that.
Okay, and if MAL wants to purge the votes, that's fine. But unless MAL does purge the votes... Because that's saying, like, okay, well, they're going to do it.
This has happened multiple times.
But you're just assuming what MAL's going to do, you know?
Assuming based off historical precedents.
Right, you're right. But, you know, assuming makes an ass out of you and me. I'm not assuming what MAL's going to do. I'm just taking the situation at face value.
And I'm trying to look at it more realistically. Based off of historical precedents, more than likely they're going to...
Well, you mean historical precedents, not presidents.
But, yeah.
We're not talking about Abraham Lincoln and George Washington right now.
I don't know about that. Like, it was Abraham Lincoln that fought for the MAL reviews.
Dude, we're told... Yeah, we're not talking about George Washington. We're talking about Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy.
Let's not talk about the correlation between them. All right, next. Well, no, I mean, like, back to what you were saying. I'm sorry, we got off.
Right, well, so just my point is that, like, it does give because, like, you can say all you want that, oh, well, Nux is just joking and he's not indicative of Anitube, but the only reason...
outer person, yes, I know what you're trying to say. The outer person will look in and see Nux as more of...
I have a little secret to tell you. There are more anime fans that aren't in Anitube than there are in Anitube.
Yes,
and if you want to grow and the best way to grow Anitube as, like, a community and to actually bring more money in and bring more people who care, bring more sponsorship opportunities, allow
Anitube to do Warhammer lore videos.
No, it's...
Stop
the only way to grow it is to create a... the only way to grow it is to create like a place where there's enough intelligent discussion. No, it doesn't just have to be intelligent discussion, right? Because I think that when you compare
with this idea that Anitube has to be like intelligent,
I just said I don't agree with that because
I know that's why I said I was about to throw a hard disagreement on that.
When you look at Anitube, right? If you want to compare it to something like gaming YouTube or film YouTube, it will end up being a spread like that of serious and non-serious channels, right?
That's fine.
It is fine. At the same way that we're going to shit on Nux for doing this, people shit on Dunkey for talking about JRPGs for the 500th time when he says he doesn't like them, and then making a terrible point like I skipped every random encounter in Dragon Quest XI and then I was underleveled for in-game.
Yeah, what's it called? Dunkey is actually making terrible points, but where's the terrible point inside Nux's video?
The whole video.
And that's what we're arguing, because when it comes down to it, I don't agree with your assessment of his video.
If your whole argument is Nux is joking, then he can't also be making good points.
No, what I'm saying is that you're classifying his points wrong and trying to say it is serious. For one, that's not what his points are even trying to say. His points aren't serious, and he actually goes and debunks each and every one of them near the end of his video to show why this logic doesn't hold up. But you're completely taking the fact that he debunks and shows why it's wrong and stupid out of the equation and trying to say that it's only this. And I'm trying to say, look, you're mischaracterizing what this video is. And you're trying to say these are his actual points, and no, they aren't. These are very clearly, it has been said before and after on both videos. What's it called? When it comes to let's see, which one is this? Funimation just ended the career. Yeah, there's that one that says it at the end. And here it is. Funimation is stealing my videos. The first 3 minutes is literally him saying the exact opposite. He's saying.
And I never once said that Funimation was stealing Nux Taku's content because I'm not that stupid. But okay, for example, right? You say that Anitube giving Anitube a bad name, right? And that what it gives Anituber a bad name is by making drama videos completely misrepresenting the person's position and strawmanning them into making a video full of misinformation, which is something y'all are complaining about. The video forces Nux into a position he doesn't hold, and then you go after that position as if you slayed some beast. If you think that the video is just what's video? Because my video is about Nux, but my video also isn't an actual serious video. I'm just screaming into my microphone because it's funny.
Okay.
But if you want to make that point about that'd be fine, except for the fact that a majority of what's talking about is if you notice he says Nux Taku is at the center of it all.
I know.
But he doesn't mean that everything he's talking about is Nux Taku's beliefs. A lot of what we're going off of is we talked about Ishizoku reviewers on the Weeb Club, and we had comments on that. And we looked on Twitter and saw what people had to say. So we're saying Nux is the center because he was kind of the impetus for what gave the show a 10. But we're not saying that every single point we're making about Ishizoku is purely directed at Nux.
No, but what I'm trying to say is when you're using Nux as an example, and when the example doesn't hold up, that muddies the entire argument.
No, Nux isn't Nux is the fire starter.
Yes,
right?
But you still bring up Nux and try to characterize it as something that is not. And that's what I'm saying. When you use it as an example, as that little thing, to demonstrate a quick passing, mostly, who knows why, maybe it's because they're big, so you want to get attention so that you can have this conversation. It muddies the water.
Hold on. Hold on.
I don't know why.
If you think I'm on here for any other reason than I was playing Kingdom Hearts drunk and what sent me the stream was you should join this.
But not you specifically. I meant if that's why what's whole video is in conglomeration.
What's video isn't for attention either. I can promise you the video wasn't made to get attention. He made it because he was legitimately upset about the situation. Like I said, the reason the video happened is you can even listen to the Weeb Club where he says, should I make a video about it? We were angry and talking about it. And then he had the idea to make a video because we were upset. You don't even have to pretend to, you don't have to pull the shades and be like, oh, what made I don't like Anitube to get big because he knew it was going to blow up. We don't have to pull those kind of stupid games. You can just listen to the Weep Club where we have the idea, he has the idea for the video because he's legitimately upset.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't deny that he's legitimately upset. What I'm trying to say is to get even a further reach is maybe using that name. But I'm not even saying that is the reason. I'm saying, when I was saying maybe who knows why he did it for that. But what I'm saying, the overall point is that when you use Nux Taku, it's you show and give examples or it shows what stuff it is. And that turns out to be wrong. It muddies the entire conversation and it muddies it to making people think your whole point is wrong. Because I don't necessarily disagree with y'all's overall message of the video, but I disagree with almost all the points that you make with the video.
Okay, so let me just make an analogy really quickly because I think I have a good way to explain this. So if, say, I drop a match in the woods, right, and it causes a forest fire, and that forest fire burns down your house, right? You could very easily talk about, oh, the forest fire is terrible, forest fires are bad, and this match is what started it. And then complain about how the match burns things, right? And yes, the match does burn things, and the match is what started it. But when you say, oh, well, the match didn't directly burn down your house, the match didn't directly do all this, you're literally missing the forest for the trees. Like, you're missing the forest that was burned down by the forest fire for the trees that this one match burned down.
No, it's your fault for not preventing the forest fire.
I don't think that is...
You're right! You're right! And in the analogy, I'm Nux Taku. It's Nux Taku's fault for fucking not preventing the forest fire. You're so stupid you don't even fucking realize the analogy I'm making.
No, I'm making a goddamn Smokey the Bear joke.
That's why I was just stuff he did not talk that time. As I was saying, it's like, yes, I get the analogy and whatnot. I don't think it's one-to-one in the sense of what you're trying to compare it to, because here's what you're trying to do. You're trying to say what's it called? Yes, let's say more of what I'm thinking. There is a match. This match drops. It starts a fire. The forest fire happens. The forest fire gets your house. You want to say the match is the one to blame. But that is the train that I'm seeing, where I go and do my inner process of do it. But I don't see y'all's going like that. I see y'all seeing the problem. The forest fire caught the house, but I think y'all are instead of seeing that match, I think y'all see some other thing that was unrelated, that didn't actually happen to it, and that caught to the forest, and you're instead blaming the little one thing way over there, whatever the fuck it is, and that's what you're trying to say caused it, or started, or sparked it, or whatever.
Okay,
and that's
let's go back really quickly. Because, okay, look, if you wanted to make the point that, okay, Nux is completely unrelated to this surge of Ishizoku reviewers gaining popularity, I believe you. Is this Funimation is stealing my videos the one that he tells people to give it a 10 on MAL? I don't remember which one. Is it this one?
No. Funimation and...
Which one's the one where he tells people to go give it a 10 on MAL? Because I want to make a point really quickly.
Let me grab which one.
Is it they made an anime about my channel? Yeah, it's this one. So, okay, this video has 500,000 reviews. Or 500,000 views, sorry, not reviews. Now, if you remember from earlier, the number of people that gave Ishizoku reviews a 10 on MAL is 56,000. So all that would have to happen is 10% of Nux's video where he gives a call to action.
Okay, here's the thing.
Go and give it a 10 on MAL.
I don't disagree that people went from Nux's video and gave 10 on MAL to that. I don't disagree with that. What I disagree was the points that were being made that says Nux Taku is trying to make these points or whatnot, or trying to make these statements. Other people can take whatever the fuck they can from other people's things. That doesn't mean Nux was trying to make those points or even trying to do anything about those points.
So, again, I don't want to speak for what, because I feel like you're mainly talking about his video. I definitely feel like what didn't bring up Nux every time he was trying to discredit a point, and was again mainly talking about the Shield Hero thing, and that's why he used the words at the center of it all is Nux Taku, because Nux Taku was the start, right? He was the match at the start of the fire. For my video, I'm not making any larger point. I'm talking about directly why I think Nux Taku telling people to go give it a 10 on MAL because of whatever reason is stupid. And that his points against Funimation were stupid.
His points against... Okay. Which ones are you specifically saying?
Okay, so the idea that... Because you can say it's all about transparency, whatever. But Funimation are completely fine for canceling the show. And I don't understand why people expect a business to be transparent. What? No, they're not your friend.
They don't have to be transparent, just like we don't have to pay to them.
You're right. And I bet none of y'all fucking pay for Funimation or watch the show dubbed.
Well, not anymore. I don't pay for it. Not this stopped me. What's it called?
I believe you might watch shows dubbed. You couldn't even read enough to sign into MAL. But, the normal person doesn't watch their shows dubbed, right?
I didn't say I had trouble with it.
The normal person. Yeah, most anime fans who are going to... Because, you have to remember that the people who are going to watch something like Ishizoku reviewers, like something that's just porn, are going to generally be deep enough into the anime community to be okay with that, right? When people are first getting in, most people aren't going to go straight to something where there's cowgirls with tits bigger than the rest of their body, right? That's going to weird them out. So generally when someone's that deep in, they're going to be watching subbed. So I'd be willing to bet probably 2,500 people at most were watching the show dubbed and were really hurt by the fact that the dub got, taken away. So people are just stirring up controversy because, if I'm going to do your logic, right, or if I'm going to do what you're doing, and you're saying that What and I are doing it for some, we might have nefarious, Nux is just doing it for views. He's just doing it because it's easy to attack a business, and anyone who goes against him, it's just, you guys are corporate dick suckers.
That's not what I was trying to make of a point. I said I don't know.
That's what it sounded like.
Okay, what I was trying to say is I do know y'all are doing an overall, all point, and that's fine. But whatever you tacked onto it as in self, I don't know why y'all tacked it on, but maybe y'all actually do believe Nux did all that shit or is like that, and that's where I disagree, that it was Nux. I'm not saying that Nux didn't spark the thing to be more popular and create all the stuff to happen, but what I'm actually disagreeing about is what's it called? Because Nux made it more popular, put it on MAL and all that shit. That's fine, nothing wrong there. Nux went and did his whole meme video saying, let's take this logic to the extreme and put it on a video. That's fine. Nothing wrong there. Nothing has been wrong there. But when you're using the forest fire example, the match being on fire, that is wrong just by itself. And then catching onto a forest, that is wrong as well.
That's not true. What if I'm just trying to roast some marshmallows?
You're not going to use a match.
You could. I've done it before. Okay, say it was a lighter. Say I accidentally dropped my lighter and it fucking set something off.
Okay, you drop your lighter. Getting onto a forest is bad. Nux making the show popular and putting it on MAL isn't bad.
No, my whole point was, though, that yes, getting a show like this, because let's be real for a second, okay? I'm not going to say that people don't have legitimate reasons for liking the show. I'm not going to say anything like that.
Wait a minute, I think I just realized something. I think we have a completely different view set on what we want for the anime community. I'm super pro niche and don't care about what the average audience thinks.
I mean, I don't think that matters to the discussion at all.
No,
but
I'm thinking you want people that are, a little more new to the thing to actually look and see and do all that shit and actually...
No, because at the end of the day, I know... Here's the thing I know that I don't think you realize. At the end of the day, I watch 10 anime a year. I just read manga.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't give a fuck about what anime is rated what. The MAL, any manga's got way more issues than MAL does right now. With the manga community, because everyone there is a fucking degenerate retard. But we're not talking about manga, we're talking about anime. So first of all, it's not about what I want, it's about the reality of the situation. If you just look at the massive exponential growth of anime in the last couple of years,
which I don't like, but okay.
It's fine if you don't like it. It's fine if you want to be the guy, you know, sitting in your basement watching anime. You want to be the weirdo for it. But whether you like it or not, it is a thing.
I know.
And, you know, if you want to be smart, you should capitalize on that, right? So people who have been in anime longer and know things should be trying to take advantage of it.
Capitalizing on it.
Right, clearly he is. He has 1 million subscribers making content that is going to be very appealing to people who are newer, right? And then when people get more into it, they start getting into more analytical content because they start caring more. That's when they start watching other YouTubers. But that's not... My point is, though, that...
I don't even know if that's true.
I'd say for most... I mean, it's not true for everyone, right? Because people get into it for different reasons. Some people just watch anime because they like big tits. Some people watch it for different reasons. But
I remember I got into it watching, you know, Giguk and all of them do the anime reviews. Then I swapped to analytical for a while, and then I got out of analytical, and I now watch more videos like Nux and them instead of actual analytical videos, because that just bores me now, unless it's Alexander.
Well, I'm the farthest from analytical content you could fucking make. I'm a goddamn chapter reviewer. Like, analytical YouTubers scoff at me because they think my shit's low effort, not realizing I fucking work 15, 20 hours a week on my videos, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is I don't necessarily agree with your assessment on how people get into and then where they go.
No. My point isn't everyone, because everyone's different.
Well, I know,
but my
not
point is
everyone.
that,
I don't even agree. I don't even know if that's true for general people.
I mean, I'm just going off of my, thing. And, I got into anime.
Have to have, like, some kind of statistic to even show that, and I don't even believe that's true.
Well, we all know a statistic like that doesn't exist. Telling me I need a statistic isn't.
I'm not
all
saying
you can do
you
is
need
personal
one.
Experience.
I know. I'm not saying you need one, because that's not going to exist. We're not going to be able to do something like that. It's just I don't necessarily even agree that's true.
This entire conversation is gayer than Rika's horny posting.
Okay, but I mean, here's the thing, right? I'm going off of my personal experience and just trying to think through it logically, right? So I remember when I was first getting into it, when I was first getting into anime, I had 2 friends who were into it, and they had MAL accounts. So they told me I should sign up for MAL. And I would say most people who are really, really getting into anime probably either have an account on, at this point, it could be split between Kitsu or AniList as well, because MAL sucks nowadays. But, well, MAL's always sucked, but, there was that period where it went down and a bunch of people migrated off. But my point is that, so MAL is like a really popular place, right? You go to 4chan, people talk about MAL. Because anime is big, but it's not big enough that you can just talk about it to people all the time in real life. So most anime discussion is held on the internet. Any major online place you go to talk about anime, MAL is brought up consistently. It's brought up on 4chan, which most people don't use, by the way. It's brought up on Twitter. It's brought up on Reddit. It's brought up on fucking, I don't even know what other place, Facebook, let's say. So because it's brought up on all these places, it's safe to assume it's a...
I mean, so far I don't disagree with anything
right.
you're saying.
So people are going to be going to MAL. And sure, not everyone's going to look at the top anime. Some people are going to look at the most popular anime or seasonal anime, because seasonal anime is really big now, and most people that get into it just watch seasonals and a couple other shows. But at the same time, there will be people who go to top anime. It might be 10%. It might be 15%. It might be larger. It might be 50. It might be smaller. It might be 5. But realistically say 3 million people get into anime a year, right? Which I would say is probably lowballing it. Probably massively lowballing it. If you have 3 million people get into anime a year, 10% of them, that's 300,000 people who are going to go look, and now they see Ishizoku reviewers in the top 10. And first of all, I'm not gonna complain about Ishizoku Reviewers as a show. I think anything can exist. I don't care. I'm a fan of hot anime ladies.
We're not saying you're not.
Right. But what I'm saying is that, especially newer people, I know when I was first getting into it, I wasn't a super big fan of just massive anime tits in my face. And most people kind of aren't because they see that as weird. And I think that it's only through more exposure to less, perverse things you can start to kind of build up a tolerance. Right. It's about the normalization. And so I think that at a certain point, when you have something like Ishizoku Reviewers high enough, first of all, I think it's impossible to say that when you look at everything else in the top 50, it is very clearly like it stands out, right?
Yes, that's the point.
Right, but my problem is if Nux wanted to put it up there to show Mal as a joke or to show these anime deserve respect too or anything like that, instead of just kind of implying that, he should directly state that in his video, and his video should be segmented well enough that it's easy to understand that this are his problems with Funimation. This is what he thinks, and then these are why he thinks normal people don't like Ishizoku Reviewers. And this is how he thinks the show can get a little bit more, clout or anything. And so, if that's how he wanted to do it, that's fine. He could have created the video like that. But the structure of the video is bad, and so I think that when the video has poor structure like that,
but
saying...
the structure you were talking about, it was cut between two different videos. I don't think the one you were trying to say, because you were saying it swapped from talking about Funimation, and then you said, let's own them, and then back to Funimation. I'm like, wait, I don't think that actually happened. I think that was split between two different videos, and both videos had incomplete their context of why they were doing it.
So I just have this video open, right? And I'm just clicking through, so I'm not listening. At 3:09, and they made an anime about my channel, Funimation's on screen. They made an anime Funimation's on screen at 3:09. At 3:23, Mal is on screen.
Okay.
And if you're right that they don't go back, hold on. If you're right, hold on.
Which video?
If you're right that they don't go back to Funimation, then I should be able to scroll through this video and not see the Funimation logo a single other time.
Okay. As I'm trying to say, which video?
I already said they made an anime about my channel.
Okay, they made an anime about my channel. Let me...
So here's Mal again. Okay, so he doesn't show Funimation, but I'll just click through with sound on for a second and see if I can listen. Actually, no, I want to listen to this part again, because this is really what matters. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
Unknown? I got you, dog. I'm so dumb. I'm trying to look at the video when I don't even have to do that. So I want you to read for me the description of this video. I'm gonna post the screenshot in this Discord chat, and I just want you to read what it says. I just want you to read what it says.
God damn it, Nux. Help flex on Zawaldo and Funimation by giving interspecies reviewers a 10 out of 10 on Mal. Yeah.
You know what?
Goddamn.
Thank you guys. It was fun being on this stream. I look forward to your video. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay. He got the description that almost no one ever reads to try to make the point that he's been doing that. But okay.
Can we finally stop talking about how this fucking dumb pissing contest? Because I quit caring, like, when I got here.
Ugh. Nux. You and your fucking description. Always contradict. Didn't even think about the fucking descriptions. Hopefully. Which is kind of stupid considering his whole video literally... Why does his fucking description contradict his video? Oh, what? Even then... Let me think. I guess I'll have to rewatch and revise and see if there is something else I could say. Because, what's it called? This is completely different than what Nux was telling me. Now I'm gonna ask about him for that shit. For a clarification. Alright, so what do you want to say, Stuffy?
I don't know. This is dumb.
Alright. Well, I pretty much lost all steam as we were debating anyways.
I mean, I just came in here to talk about Warhammer lore.
But even with that one thing, it still doesn't destroy every single one of the arguments I was making. It's sure, it may have gotten one of the things I was saying wrong, and maybe you can criticize Nux for that. But there was still quite a few other things it doesn't disprove.
Let people have their pissing contests. It's not worth fucking with. And Watt wants to know about the video you were going to do on Necro.
We talked about that. What? We literally
I was
said...
about to say,
Okay, me and What talked about the Necro video, and we said it would be best to not do the video because from what it looked like, they just wanted attention instead. Like, they were pretty much begging for attention. Well, one was on stream. And that it would be better to just not do it. Because even if I put out the video completely correct and whatnot, then what's it called? Then what, if I put out the video and it was completely correct, we already know Necro was going to come at the video with whatever his take was, because he said that he was going to do it, no matter what. Even if it was 100% correct, he would still come out with a video about it. And I was like, okay, I don't see the point, but okay. And then it was more than likely going to try to counter what I was going to say, and then I would have to make a video countering and showing more evidence. And it got to the point we both just agreed that they're just trying to get attention. Well, not trying in the sense of, oh my god, they're trying to get a clout off me. It's like, no, it's just more of a, what's it called? Trying to misconstrue and mislead what is being said and everything. Because this is one of the times that they actually did fuck up. They wanted attention, but not in the sense of they didn't want us to be the ones to show why it is that way. Is that the explanation you want? What the what?
this just sounds dumb.
Like, he's saying what happened. Like, remember that?
The more you
Oh,
explain the necro draw, every time you explain,
yeah, it gets
mention
more
the
done.
necro
As
draw,
I was saying, like, you can say what happened to that, and it's like, what are you talking about? We both agreed in the DMs that we weren't going to do it. Like you're trying to bring this up as if I just forgot about that. Yeah, that is a very terrible argument. And plus, it's easier for me to work while on stream because, what's it called? I have a lot of people watching, so I have to be working. Whatever. I guess I don't know, I'm bored of this now after debating them. I lost all steam. Yeah, I'm probably going to talk to Nux Taku again a bit, and also going to see what is wrong with all this. Alright, Stuffy, you done?
I mean, yeah, because I'd never, whatever.
Alright. And that's all for tonight. See you later.